We talked about
this.
Yeah.
Roll initiative. This is episode 10, I believe. And when we last left the group, they were at the basin of Mount Hailfire after just meeting a Sherpa by the name of Kalyasha, who was supposed to take them up to the top. Yeah, and honestly, I'm just ready to jump straight into it this time. Let's do no more than that. So you are in this very small building called the Hailfire Experience. Have at it.
I think I'm going to wait by the door. Severin.
You've all got proper climbing equipment now, so at least you're prepared.
Yep. Let's do this.
Does everybody in our party have two of the sticks? Sirris, do you
have your two, or did they burn?
No, I still have my two.
I believe everyone should have two since you traded two off yourself.
I'm in character asking to make sure everybody got their pointy stick.
So what I'm
thinking is if we run into some stuff, like we can use these to help us climb the mountain instead of sinking anchor. Because all of us have a set. Yeah. Like unless you can't do a pull up, and I mean if you can't do a pull up, I'm just gonna laugh at you on the side of the mountain.
If you can't do a pull up, then there's gonna be issues.
Well, since you're all martial classes, I should say that would not be a problem.
Martial class with magic tendencies, thank you.
Oh, well, I didn't really ask how you identified, but...
You're asking how we identify?
Yeah, how do you identify me? Michelle, what are you?
It's first level spell. And I can use one of my
spell slots.
30 again.
So, Kalyasha begins to beckon the group outside of this building, and she points off in the distance towards the great slopes of Mount Hailfire. As far as you guys know, are and draconic. So, kind of a.
Well, she's either talking to him or me.
Well, I know both.
Yes, but you haven't interacted with her yet, Zan. Anyway, she begins heading towards the snowy slopes of the mountainside, and actually, on request, added a couple of things.
What?
Don't forget to drink your juice.
If they work. Anyway, on request, I added a couple of things to the game.
Oh, okay. Cool.
It was just you, I didn't see it.
I don't know if any of you guys have
pick it up
playing, but I did add some new music. So, begin to follow Kalyasha, very slowly treading up the slopes of Mount Hailfire. Up above, you can see dark clouds, plumes of smoke billowing from the volcanic depths at the top. The snow is a new environment for pretty much everyone here.
Would you say
it's cold?
It's very cold.
That's my warm potion.
Okay.
I have no idea what it does.
You begin to feel very, very hot. As a matter of fact, you're sweating walking through this. You begin to think that your coat may be a little bit too much.
I take my jacket off and just kind of
hold on to it.
All right.
What are you doing?
It's hot in here. I mean, it's just me.
It is just you.
Am I sweating?
I'm sweating.
Michel has just uncorked the orange potion given to him by the man that he traded the rods to, and yeah. He took the time to identify some of the potions.
I think you're going to get sick.
Um,
Let's go.
Oh,
I mean, I just feel hot.
too far over normal.
Am I?
Anyway, let's just keep going up here. It's fucking. I need the airflow.
All right. Let's see. I would like everyone to give me a dexterity saving throw at advantage.
Oh shit! Hold on. So, did anyone here ever play Dragon Age?
Fred Daddy.
No.
15.
I knew people who did, but I never got to play it.
Did you give me that?
15.
23.
On headphone one.
Dexterity.
Go sit down.
So. 50.
Go sit. Hey, grab your fishies and your cup.
Here.
Sit down.
I just had one.
No sign of anything. Few stray birds passing overhead, but as you ascend, it begins to get cooler and cooler. Slopes getting steeper as you make your way towards the top.
Is it getting
Cooler for me, or am I still overheating?
You're still fine.
Okay.
I mean, you're starting to feel better, I'll say. So I would like everyone to give me a Constitution save now. And yes, there's going to be a lot of this while you guys are on your way.
With advantage or no?
Just a regular con save. If you have proficiency, add it. Otherwise, don't.
11.
24.
Give me a second. Okay. Sorry. I was just realized that I took my friend's PHB. I guess mine's still sitting at his house.
Nice.
Would you say con?
Yes, Constitution.
14.
All right. You all begin to get a little exhausted from the journey. Again, it's new terrain. You're sliding all over the place. Most of you are chattering in the cold, except for Michelle, who's just perfectly fine.
Hang on, are you guys okay? You're like really cold. I cast prestidigitation twice
to warm up both of their jackets.
Okay.
I'm great now.
Is that helping you guys?
Oh yeah,
Or
thank
make
you.
Hot and steamy.
Now you just ruined it for me.
I wasn't talking to you.
I look extremely offended. And then I just blank face.
Alright.
Keep going. You guys are $1.
I'll ask an infernal. Kalyasha, how much longer until the summit?
She says, wait, you speak dragon, right? Draconic, not infernal. Speak infernal too?
And I go pitch in the back. Oh, this is great. I can understand both of you in Infernal.
Do you speak infernal?
Yeah, obviously you can understand me too, right?
No, I'm asking if Sean speaks infernal.
Yeah, that was one of the languages I took.
Okay, I thought you were speaking to her in Draconic before because that's what you had.
No, that's what I had heard, and then kind of guessed at what languages she knew based on her race.
Yeah, T. Says it will be many hours from now. Long journey ahead.
What?
Long journey.
He doesn't speak Infernal. Hold on. And I look over to him and speak in common. Long journey.
What's long?
The penis is up there.
The penis.
Okay, we better hurry up. What are you guys holding on for? Keep going.
I look back at her. He's totally for it.
Let me check something.
Give 2 thumbs
up.
Guide.
Browsing your character sheet.
Carefully.
Yeah, I keep forgetting I can do this.
Oh,
Tools that I'm not used to.
Before the next check, I wanna. Dan, you're looking good. Keep going. Good job. And Sirris. Dude, stop being such a bitch. You can do this better than that. Bardic inspiration
at both of them if they take it.
I guess I'm gonna take it because like that was nice and sweet, and I'm super confused.
I'm still not very inspired. I'll just be honest with you.
You're denying his bonuses.
Okay, that's fine. Your choice on your D6.
Oh, I've got 2 inspirations now. Woohoo!
Well, you have the DM and then you have the
Bardic.
Yep.
Oh goodness. Sean doesn't even want to be inspired.
Fine, fuck him.
You can do it. Go team. No, fuck you. We're
Reject your bastard class.
Alright, everybody give me another Constitution saving throw.
Shit.
See? Whose fault is it now?
I got a nat 20.
Okay, so
You want-
Sarah's fine. Actually, Michelle, you don't have to. You're fine.
But I was gonna say 22.
Yeah, you don't need to.
Because I'm hot and steamy.
6. So 18.
18?
Yeah.
You're fine.
Is the prestidigitation helping at all?
Or is it just
I mean, it helped very minor, but at this point, enough time has passed that. 1 second.
Oh, you put an omen. I just realized what was playing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I added the music that you requested.
This time I'm gonna cast it on
all 3 of their jacket. To
From the
tiefling lady too.
I can cast it up to 3 times.
And well, keep
It doesn't say it's a concentration, but I can have
up to 3 active at a time.
Just checking some things. And you guys are getting some pretty lucky rolls. 4-hour passes. You're traveling for quite some time, but yet there doesn't seem to be much of anything.
Well, I think.
Alyosha turns to the party, speaking Infernal, and says, "So, why do you go to the top? What brings you here?"
I kind of look at Xan like we we're on a quest of sorts.
What?
See, many people are in search of the gemstones within. I presumed, aside from your young dragon, perhaps that's why you are coming.
Gemstones? What do you mean gemstones?
Before the War Nova, Hellfire was very profitable in trade for gemstones. Most of gemstones found in the world today come from this place. However, complications, very bad droughts, and no more gemstones. She kind of stops and stretches her back and pulls her gloves off, stretches her fingers out. She says, "It's said that adventurers would come from very far to get their hands on these stones. They were magic of some sort. I don't know."
Oh, well, we're not here for the gemstones. We're here for the dragon.
You are looking for the dragon?
Maybe not.
What are you guys talking about?
I relay the information about the gemstones to Michelle back there.
Why would you bring that up? We're not
here for gems.
I know we're not here for gems, but she brought it up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Are you guys all yelling at each other?
Because that's infernal.
That's what?
Yeah, and apparently Demon Lady speaks demon language, and well,
You all speak demon?
yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
There's a lot of things wrong with us. What's wrong with you? Let's start there.
There's nothing wrong with me.
I was married to a tiefling. Pillow.
Oh.
Awkward.
Talk where you're all screaming at each other?
Dude.
I've been there.
Those are the fun ones.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Pillow talk is this.
She says to the group, "We should rest for a moment. Been traveling for many hours now." She points to a nearby. There's a large rock. She says, "This is the place where usually I rest."
Okay.
Sounds reasonable to me.
I turn to Michelle and I tell him, we're gonna go rest.
You've been at it for nearly 4 hours now. So, not a bad idea. Stop and take a breather. She approaches over to the rock and seems like she's been here before. She kind of just settles down near an area where you can see some charred bits of wood, likely from the last group who's come up. She walks over and stretches her fingers out, and a flame bursts from the charred bits. She begins to warm her hands.
Huh.
I cuddle close to the rock and start warming my hands too.
Michelle, you can.
Sorry, go ahead.
Michelle, you can see her speaking in a language that you have no understanding. She's saying the big one should go get firewood.
I don't understand you.
Let's go get firewood, is what she was saying.
Dude,
This is a fucking mountaintop. Do you see any trees? I say this as I haven't asked or done a perception roll, so I could be standing in a forest.
You're absolutely correct. There's not many trees around. It'll be hard to search for anything flammable. She says, some caravans come this way. Perhaps you can find animal droppings to burn.
What did she say to me?
Go burn some poop.
What, she wants to fight?
No.
What else does go burn some shit mean?
To keep yourself warm?
You can what?
Yeah, if you burn it, you can use it as a combustible and use it to keep yourself warm.
Alright.
Fucking weird.
Let's go see if we can't find some shit.
I'm good here.
Alright. I'm fucking super skeptical and not even really trying.
Okay. I want you guys to give me survival checks. Honestly, I imagine Sarah would be the best at this.
Just a straight.
I mean, if you have, points in it, then add your points, but just survival.
You know what? I'm gonna use an inspiration.
Are you going with us all of a sudden?
Oh, I'm not going with them. I'm staying with,
Then what are you using your inspiration dice for?
I'm staying with Kiyasha.
That I'm using my inspiration.
Cause he said roll for survival.
Not you.
Okay.
You're not going for wood.
Looking for
Hey,
something to burn. Yes.
Zach. Others.
Yeah.
Zach. Your inspiration. Is it a D4?
It's a D6.
D6.
Oh, so now you're inspired.
I was just giving him shit.
He's
Quietly inspired. He's like,
And if you do well enough, you'll be giving everyone shit.
Okay, so
Double on top.
is it 10
What your hairbrush?
plus 4, so 16.
10.
16. While you're not used to the snow, your first thought as a survivalist is it's got to be easy to track somebody in the snow. So you're able to find some tracks from a previous group, and lo and behold, there's some droppings.
rules dictate, since I was the one that found it, now you have to carry it.
Buddy.
Carry what?
That. I pointed
I don't see it.
pile of half-frozen shit.
Fully frozen.
Fully frozen shit.
Grab it and throw it at him.
Okay. Make an attack roll. Versus Sirris's armor class.
Are we doing an improvised weapon? I'm proficient in it.
Yeah, it's an improvised weapon, alright.
23.
Shit.
No, really. Frozen shit.
Take 1 damage. A lot of frozen shit hits you in the side of the head.
Okay.
I wouldn't have thrown it at your head. I'd have thrown it right at his chest, but fair.
Okay.
By the way, this stuff is frozen. Like, it hits your head and shatters.
You have no more shit.
I'm blasted with a fireball.
Alright, give me a roll.
No, don't. These boots are flammable.
Casting is 15 plus. Where write my casting down at? Give me a second. So it's 4. So 19.
That is my
armor class.
Okay. You
19
managed to
plus
melt.
my proficiency. It hit.
Okay.
I'm not.
You were trying to blast his feet, right?
Yeah.
You managed to cause a puddle underneath him. Embers chase up your legs and disappear in the cold snow.
Enjoy walking back with soggy feet, fucker.
As we're walking back and he gets ahead of me, I'm gonna cast
prestidigitation and dry
my shoes.
Just imagine the water in your shoes.
For like 3 steps.
Yeah.
Your feet are still wet.
So, who's picking up the shit? That's what I want to know.
It's shattered. Right?
Yes, it's all over the place now.
You guys have no shits.
Sounds
like it's gone.
Sounds like it's gone to me.
If you guys want to freeze your asses off, I don't care.
Oh wait.
Your spell doesn't. Well, actually, at this point, yeah, your potion starts.
I have a tinder kit.
No, it's starting to get a little cold.
Well, that's good for starting fires, but there's already one started. You need something to keep it going.
I have torches.
You gonna burn your torches?
I can burn one.
It's gonna last like an hour.
Probably last longer than you will out there.
Alright, can I look for another pile of shit since we shattered the last?
Yeah, you can give me a check. By the way, you're beginning to feel really cold. Like, instantly, you are overwhelmingly cold.
I put my jacket back on.
Okay. Okay.
Said it was starting to wear off, so I was like, alright, I'll put my jacket back on.
Yeah.
That check is way
worse. That was a 7.
No DOS, man. All you can find is the stuff that you broke off Sirris's head, so...
I pile it all together with a lot of snow.
Oh, great. Alright. Headed back?
I'll see if I can't find any more shit on the way.
Sirris, Michelle, give me a Constitution saving throw.
Okay, 19 on the con and 14 on finding the shit.
Michelle?
23.
you're unable to find anymore, but you do find a bag that appears to have been dropped by a traveler. It's covered in snow. At first glance, you think it's just a rock that's been dusted with snow, but yeah, you find a traveler's bag.
I'm gonna take a peek inside, see what's inside of it.
Inside, you find a cloak. Also, 10 silver pieces.
Huh. Okay. Is it just a normal cloak?
As far as you can tell.
Okay. Well, better than nothing, I guess.
Did I see him pick all that up?
Yeah.
I can look at that later if you want.
If you want, but I gotta sit down for a minute.
Does it?
So are you headed
seem-
back to the campsite?
Yeah.
No, it looks like just a regular old tattered cloak. I mean,
Does it
there's
have
no
any kind of emblem on it, or?
just a brown fur cloak.
Okay.
There's no kind of embroidering or anything that would lead you to think it's magical.
Eh. All right. I guess we're just heading back to the camp.
All right. Xan, while you've been waiting, you can see that, I mean, in addition to her just making fire out of nothing, you see other signs that she is magically inclined. You can see her kind of signing to herself, but you don't know exactly what she's casting.
Hey, are you signaling for help or something?
She says, "No, I am casting a blessing."
What?
Well, there are certain creatures on the mountainside. Just a simple protection spell.
When the guys get back, are they going to be blessed as soon as they walk in the area?
This is just for me.
Oh,
I have made this trip many times, but you never know.
what kind of creatures are here?
Bears, lots of bears. Sometimes you see goats, usually they run. Occasional dragons. Very rare, usually towards the summit. But this is red dragon territory, so always good to be cautious.
Are there other kinds of dragons in this area?
Not typically, no. Typically just the red dragons. Now, over in the red sands, you find brass dragons, you know, many different kinds who like the heat, but mostly just the red dragons here. Typically, just one or two small wormlings, but you can never be too careful.
Yeah, no, I know. We ran into a couple earlier this month, and well, we kind of took care of them.
Red dragons?
No, they were black.
Oh, but black dragons are cowards. They should have fled from you.
They tried.
Red dragons do not flee.
Yeah, I kind of could see that when I played with the little red dragon Sirris has.
Yes, it has not found itself yet. It will learn how powerful it is, and in that period, will need much training.
Oh yeah. So tell me more about these gems.
At that point, Sirris and Michelle are heard, their boots crunching in the snow as they approach the campsite. She says, "Yes, the gemstones. Allow me to put some more on the fire, and I will tell a story." So she just kind of points at the fire, knowing that Michelle's not going to understand her anyway.
I
Throws a
throw
giant
snowball of shit onto the.
Luckily, it's ash. So, while it's not great, it doesn't douse the fire. You're not quite at the altitude at which there's actual snow. It's all ash at this point. So it takes some time. She wiggles her fingers, and the blaze grows well enough to consume what you've just placed on top of it. It's actually warm enough that a lot of you can actually rest. It does not smell good, obviously, but it's warm. She sits down and cracks open a can of steel rations, pulls a spoon from her bag, and starts eating. She says, so the gemstones, you may want to translate to your friend because I don't know.
Hand me that corpse, sir. Do it.
Fine.
I'm gonna
Sit down
sit
and
down
ritual.
and ritual cast identify on it, and it's gonna take like 10 minutes, and I wouldn't have been paying attention to her.
Okay, that's fine. She says, the gemstones, yes. A long time ago in Hailfire, the dwarves were known for mining in this area. Of course, they would. But the dwarves were known for a mine in this area, and it was said that those gems could be used to infuse items with certain properties. The rubies mined from this particular area imbued the wielder with great strength. The sapphires would give them great intellect. Many adventurers are known to have come here. Jack Corey from the legends of old. Maybe you heard from Aelia. Jack Corey was known to come here at one time.
Really?
The elf by the name of Drod was said to have come here too back in the Third Age. For what reason, I cannot say. I have to imagine it was the gemstones, or maybe it's the other way around. Maybe they came here for something else and people assumed it was the gems. I know many kings would specifically request that their crowns be imbued with the stones from this mountain. Now, around the time 90 years before the War Nova, I would say, there was a great drought in this area. The Red Sands, Hailfire, they all suffered greatly, and the workers began to revolt, strike. They called out for aid from the neighboring countries, but the mountain ranges to the north prevented that from happening. Many people fled. They say the only reason Hailfire stands today is because the privateers would bring food in exchange for smuggled gems. So, every time I go up to the mountain, I tell a story, something like this. When you go in, you see mine carts and pickaxes. I say, if you're lucky, you may find something, you know. Gets people very excited. Once or twice, they do find some gems, but all the good ores have already been mined out, I believe.
Well, that sucks. Have you ever wanted to travel outside of Hellfire?
I have been around, but Hellfire is a special place. You know, very quiet here. And the people, they are real people. No deception, no bickering over wealth. Everyone here just tries to survive. I don't know.
Yeah, they're so real.
So, Zach, DM Zach.
Yes.
How prevalent are dragons in your world?
They are known to have had an effect on history. However, they typically stay out of the affairs of mortals.
Okay.
Of course, there's lots of folklore about dragons, but it's not like they are directly interfering with the sake of kingdom and things like that. They have their own interpersonal power struggles that are more pressing.
Okay.
They do.
And
The metallic dragons are known to be defenders against like world threats. However.
okay. And are there very many metallic dragons, or is it just like the lower tier metallics?
There are a variety of metallic dragons. They're just so far spread, you know. I think in my time playing, there have been about 4 instances where players have encountered dragons.
Okay. I turn to Kalyasha and I ask her, I'm surprised that this peak is inhabited by red dragons and not gold.
Yes, it is. It is interesting. I don't know the entire history of that. However, the red dragons seem very taken by the heat.
I figured that gold dragons would have been drawn by the gems, especially with their whereabouts being so well known.
Yes, well, most of the gold dragons inhabit an area known as the Maw. Um, your accent, you're from Phil, yes?
I am.
The Maw, just west of there. It's said to be the birthplace of dragons. Many gold dragons there. I'm a bit of a historian on the nature of dragons, I suppose.
What got you so interested in dragons?
Well, I traveled to the Red Sands, found a very large, booming city there, and happened to a book caught my eye, and I've been drawn to them ever since. They're fascinating creatures.
They are indeed. My You were saying?
Michelle, it is just a cloak.
What? Oh, hey, Sirris, this is
is just
ready
some
cloak.
ready cloak. I checked.
Okay, I'll toss it to Xan.
And I curl up instantly in it. Like, thank you.
It is a fur coat. Like, it looks like it came from a large animal, likely a bear. So this thing just, like, encompasses your entire body.
I have room for another. I'm kidding.
She says, we should be going now, if we're all warmed up. Says, you may all want to stretch your fingers. Frostbite is very real.
Alright.
The hell did she
With
just
her
say?
fingers like that?
She said, flex your fingers because frostbite is very real, and I kind of do this raptor thing to him.
I checked my junk.
You know what matters. Okay. Have a Theon Greyjoy running around.
The head
Nope.
is looking a bit blue.
That would
Michelle
sworn dive off the
off
mountain.
the mountain.
Okay. So, in traveling, one thing real quick. Check your character sheets. I believe I recall. Yes. So, Sirris, Xan, since your passive perception's a little bit higher, you're the first to see a large shadow moving across the top of the mountain. As your eyes follow it upwards, you see what looks like a giant bird.
What are you guys looking at?
I point up.
So who has nature? Anybody? Does anyone here have nature?
I do,
Nope.
actually.
I do.
Okay, the both of you have heard stories about this. This is a rock.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
I think we should run.
Well, has it seen us yet?
No, it has not.
That knows what that is. Uh-oh.
I grab I grab Michelle and I grab our guide, and I kind of push them closer to the ground.
I'm going to go pass without a trace around everybody.
Everybody.
What are you doing down here? Say to the tiefling.
Big bird, I presume?
I don't speak any
languages.
I put my hand on top of Michelle's mouth.
Why not?
If you don't want to be seen, stop talking.
Stop talking to who?
And see what?
If you want to live another day from a rock.
Hear a
What's a rock?
very, very loud screech from overhead. You see it dive down, and it lurches towards the top of the mountain, grips something with its talon, and takes off. You see boulders scattered off the side of the mountain as it does so. I'm going to need everyone here to give me a dexterity save. There's some snow coming down the side of the mountain.
Okay.
21.
I also want to check to see what it is that it grabbed after that. Dex. Dex is actually a 20 even.
10.
Michelle, the snow sweeps your feet. Actually, let me roll for Kaliasha too.
I was laying down with her.
And her, yeah. The snow sweeps over the two of you. You struggle to stand up. But
Then can I grab my immovable rod and just slam it down and hold on to her?
I will allow it.
I'm gonna do that.
And then I'm just
Grab her. Do I need to make a strength?
Make a strength thing or
You know what? Yeah, just to see if you can hold on to it while the snow is pouring.
20, so 28.
Oof. Okay.
I grabbed the shit out of her.
Yeah, you are firmly planted in place. But again, and this actually is snow. It's from high.
Yeah. I grab her and I go, nope.
All right.
Okay.
Sirris, Xan, you're able to shift and move out of the way as this huge pillar of snow and ash covers your two allies.
I rolled a 13 plus 5 on perception to see what the rock could grab. See if I could.
Appears to be a dragon.
It appears to be a what?
Wormling.
Wormling.
Holy shit.
Tore it in half with its talon. This is a gargantuan bird.
That's why I said, oh, Zach knows what this is.
Holy shit.
I start digging them out.
Okay.
I've got a shovel.
Alyasha is trying to break free of your grip. I mean, she's right beside you, but she's trying to break free of your grip.
I mean, as long as
Sliding, I'm gonna let her go.
Okay. You begin to feel very hot. It looks like she is channeling some kind of fire spell and trying to melt the snow. Xan, above the steam rising pile.
I cover them both with a cloak, or cover the steam with the cloak, because I know that's them.
Okay. The cloak burst into flames.
Yep. Saw that coming.
I just grab the remains. I'm kind of crying.
She has burning hands. Just made a cone of fire to cook her way out of there. She is like shaking and covered head to toe in snow, as are you, Michelle. You both suffer one level of exhaustion. It's not good.
I lean over to her. Do you know where a cave is we can hide out?
She's chattering and she says, "Cave, an hour away."
Can you make it an hour?
She nods.
I'm gonna cast
Prestidigitation for heat.
warming both of our jackets.
Hoping that does anything.
I mean, a little bit, but you're still like kind of soaked and exhausted.
Well, we're gonna have to make it up the cave if we want to be safe. It's gonna. We don't want to be that poor dragon.
Yeah, that's gotta watch out for those rocks. As it flies off in the distance, you see its shadow entirely eclipsing the mountains below.
That is not something I want to mess with. Let's get out of here.
Oh shit. Yeah,
I unclicked the rod as I got out of this.
All right. I would like everyone to, I would like someone to give me a survival check to help navigate up the mountain. Kalyasha is freezing and having trouble taking the reins herself. I can point you in the right direction, but
probably not the best bet
with me doing it.
I got an 8, so probably not best for me.
okay.
Well,
here's
here,
what I'm gonna
I'll,
do.
Xan'Tha, I was just going to say I was going to help her.
I am proficient in it.
I just...
Okay. Here's what I'm going to do, and this is something that I've done in the past. I need 3 successes for you guys to get to your next check. You can choose the skill.
21.
Wait. You just have to say how that skill is applicable in this situation.
I got it. I got a 21, and I am looking between the differences of the depths between the rocks and the snow to see if there's any snow that is snow or ash that is looking like there is a straight cutoff or walking in kind of like an animal came into it.
Okay, so perception. That's 1 success.
Athletics.
And I'm gonna be like just
Grabbing and pushing
people along as I can, just huffing through the best snow.
Same time saying high knees, telling people to pick up their feet.
All right.
Okay, so 11 plus 7, I'm rolling nature to identify the rock formations and whatnot as we're going.
13.
13 total? Okay, so that's 2 and 1 failure. I need another success.
I got. You wanted me to roll perception, right? Too.
Sirris just did something, right?
That was your 21. The way you described it, that seems like it fell into perception.
I'll lend Michelle a hand in getting everybody moving. So roll what you just rolled at advantage, right?
Yep, that's correct. Michelle, you get a second try.
Oh, you're doing okay.
Uh-oh.
First.
Shit.
And flat.
Seems like Sirris is just getting in the way.
No, I'm the one.
He's being distracting.
You're making him mad. You're doing all the work, and he's pissed off.
Can't you inspire yourself?
I think I can.
For a check? I'm not sure the exact rules on.
Oh.
I can for a check, but not a saving throw.
Wait a second. Because Michelle's exhausted.
Yep. So
Yep.
actually gets disadvantage on it.
You get disadvantage on ability check.
I thought that was on 2.
On 2, Cetus have.
Oh, okay.
So
Thankfully, I've had 2 failures in a row, so.
Zane, I want to see if you can't figure something else out.
Do you want? I'm going to use it perception.
Again. Okay.
Well, my last perception was actually a 22. 10. I'm gonna use my inspiration dice from DM.
So that means you a second die. It's not like adding a die 6, you get to advance it.
That's completely fine. It gives me another chance. 14.
Okay. You can see the cave up ahead in the distance, but it appears as though a bear is blocking your path, lying directly in front of the mouth of the cave.
You want me to attack? I look at Sirris. You want me to shoot it?
Maybe not yet. That's.
I could make it into a cloak. I've got the stuff.
How big is this bear?
It is very large.
We can use its meat for food and its oils for like anything.
Or it could just rip
you apart.
Well, you'd be our tank, right?
fucking cold.
Do you want fur or no fur?
We need to get in that cave. I think our best bet might be to try and scare it off.
As you get closer, Kalyasha speaks a word that you understand in all languages. Owl bear.
Oh shit.
Well, an owl bear and a bear look massively different.
Well, not if we're seeing its butt.
I was gonna say when they're laying down facing the other way, they kind of look the same.
I don't think I would understand what
an owl bear is.
Well,
they're not on the ocean, right?
No, but the word's the same in common, was the point that I was making.
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but a bear plus an owl does not sound.
Does not sound anymore.
It means more meat.
It might be.
More meat, but more cold.
Yeah, but feathers are warmer.
Would it taste gamey or would it taste like chicken?
It would taste.
Oh god, I really don't want to fight it. I think our best bet might be to try and scare it off.
You can't scare You can't scare this stuff off.
After your last encounter, you've been kind of afraid of combat.
Here, let me do you a favor. Let me just knock off the snow. Top.
I pull out the great sword, start running
towards it, just screaming
as loud as I
can, hoping to intimidate it, while making myself look as big as.
So you get a sneak attack, or an attack of opportunity, I suppose you would call it. Everyone else needs to roll initiative after this round. So give me a roll there, buddy.
I go into a rage?
Okay.
Alright.
I was just
Let me do that first.
I will allow it.
With the greatsword proficiency crap? Do I need to roll twice, or is that just for
skill checks?
It is for ability checks. It does not say specifically attacks. Yeah, it says for ability checks. So I think you're
23.
23 hit.
Yeah, it was
13 plus 9.
There's you an owlbear. Okay, that's a hit. Roll damage.
6. Oh, nope.
13. 14.
Right, I keep forgetting about the rage damage.
14.
The plus 1, does that also go into the damage?
The plus 1 greatsword.
No, that's for your attack roll.
That's 2 hits.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now I need to roll initiative.
Yeah, everyone give me a roll for initiative. So, you run up on it, it kind of turns its head, one eye barely open, and you slash it straight across the back with your large great sword. It lets out a screech in pain and bares its claws.
I screech back.
I got a 16.
Go
15.
for the pecker.
Oh
God, all of our initiatives.
Let's see what your companion gets. 18.
Goes first.
The owlbear goes last.
Thank God.
Well, let's see what its bonuses are. Yeah, it still goes last.
I know they have crazy strength.
Yeah,
They're
but
fucking mean.
Who do you think will win, Owlbear or Michelle?
Owlbear with a real bear. And bear.
Man
Big.
bear.
Oh,
No.
I'm going man bear eagle.
Eagle. Thank you.
Man, bear, pig.
I didn't realize we had Phallus and Theo.
and what's your dexterity?
My dexterity is 4.
Michelle?
Same.
Oh, you
Yep.
can roll or decide between yourself who gets to go first.
I'm gonna go first.
Because you have the same modifier. Oh.
17.
Last time I had to use this turn order, Valis.
4.
I go first.
And Thale was still in the party.
Kills
Kills
before.
before me.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Your turn then.
I am going to shoot arrows and use, yeah. Do I get, sneak?
What's that?
Do I get sneak since it hasn't noticed me yet?
Yes. It's entirely focused on the giant screaming in front of it.
But it doesn't realize there's about to be 2 giant screaming men.
First one is 10. One of them was a crit one. I'm gonna use Dread Ambusher, and I've also got another attack.
Okay. So your first
11.
10, that is a miss. Since you were rolling with advantage, correct?
Yes.
And you got a 10?
Yeah.
Okay. And you're using Dread Ambusher for your second attack. Go ahead.
2, 11, 4, 15. I get a +2 for my bow.
Well, you should have 3 attacks because
I do, but I'm using Dread Ambusher first.
So you're going all 3. You said a 15?
Yes.
15 is a hit. Now roll for damage.
-2. You actually
healed it.
Shoot Michelle in the ass with your third one.
6.
No.
6.
Oh, 1 sec. My webcam went away.
I was gonna say, you're stuck.
That's a
you're
really
stuck
good
chugging.
pose.
Oh,
Now
yeah.
imagine that cup with something else.
Something else.
I'm back.
Hola.
Alright, so the first one was a 6. And then I bet at this point I no longer have sneak attack, huh?
Correct.
Alright, last attack.
now everybody's screaming.
15 again.
15's a hit.
Another 6.
Okay. Michelle, you stand there with your weapon raised as 2 arrows fly by you, piercing the owlbear in the side. It screeches and rakes its claws against the side of its body, breaking the edges of the arrows off. But it does appear to be bleeding pretty heavily. Now it's your turn again.
I'm going to attempt to chop off one of its arms.
I doubt that's gonna
happen. But
If you are aiming specifically for its arm, trying to chop it off, I'm going to have to give you disadvantage, or at least a penalty.
Oh, not taking that risk.
I'm just swinging it.
I mean, I would allow it if you would take a penalty. Like,
no, I'm good. And I already rolled
what did you roll?
20. It's
11.
11, so plus 9.
Okay. That's a hit.
If I get a plus 15.
Oh, okay.
Is a 20 a hit? Yes, a 20 hits.
Nah, you just missed it.
16.
16. My goodness. Okay.
Yeah, it was
9 plus 5 plus 2.
2.
You swing your blade wide and true and manage to tear the arm off of the owlbear.
Oh.
It's bleeding all over the place and most likely going to bleed out and die soon. Its screams of pain, however, have attracted friends. From the back of the cave, you see 3 more approaching.
Nope.
Sirris, your turn, buddy.
So, how far am I from the original owlbear?
Man, what the hell is going on with my webcam? It's going to take your movement to get there.
Okay. So I can just get to the face of the owlbear, I can't get past it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just run up to the owlbear and smash it in the face, because I'm a fighter and that's what fighters do.
I hit it with my sword.
I do not have a sword. Thank you very much.
Halberd.
Oh, okay, so... Holy fucking shit. So, 14 plus 10, 24, 20 plus 10, 30, and 10 plus 4 for my pommel strike.
Okay. Hit and hit.
And did the pommel miss?
Pommel was a 14 total?
Yeah.
Hit.
Nice. So, let me find my D10 and a D4. That didn't help me any. Okay, so on the crit, it was 14, 15. It was a weak crit. 15
total?
Yeah, on the crit. And then another 9.
Okay. How you want to do this? Yes.
Chop its dick off.
I smash it right in the pecker with the hammer of my halberd.
I knew it. I knew it. Okay. You make a large sweeping attack with your blade, bring it around to the pommel, and smash its beak into 1,000 pieces. It tries to let out a scream of pain, but there's nothing there to do it. So it just falls over, collapses, and dies.
Oh, okay.
I for real legitly just got that.
Really?
I seriously thought you were talking about the dick.
When I said the word beak, I guess that's what made it click in your
Actually, it was something about not being able to stack, bro. Poor Cam.
I know.
It was something about not being able to respond.
Oh.
That's what keyed it in my head.
He's thinking with his Michelle.
my first drink had like
4 shots of tequila. So.
I can't do anything else, so I'm just going to stand guard until the other owlbears get to us.
Yeah, well, let's see here. Oof. Give me one moment.
Did we just scare them off?
I'm just checking something. Don't worry about it.
That's when we should worry.
3 ancient red
Dragon's
dragons.
Land.
Or a rock.
Ooh, okay.
Well, didn't. Oh yeah, she's first, not last.
Kalyasha comes up behind the group of you, channels a firebolt in her hand, and hurls at one of the owlbears in the cave. Its chest bursts into flames, and it screams in agony. And now it's their turn. Whew, goodness.
This is why I love being a sharpshooter.
To watch your friends die.
I would say to watch yourself miss unendingly.
Well, if I missed on anything, you know, I'd be on my fighter.
Just make sure that you don't stray too far. I can only move so fast.
They begin to charge. The first one's going to attack Sirris.
Do I get my opportunity attack?
Yes, you do.
Nice. Oh, you know what? I cheated myself out of some damage. I forgot I get to reroll 1s and 2s. So 14 plus 10. And
That's a hit.
10 damage.
Oof. Okay, that's the one that was already pretty badly burned. Yeah, it was going to attack you, but your big hit staggers it. It kind of lunges backwards and shakes its head. The other one comes up at its flank, charging at you. It tries to attack you once with its beak.
Now remember, my AC is lower than what it is on my character sheet.
What is your AC right now?
That's what I was just going to check.
Are you in no armor? Or
I think it was the breastplate.
He kept his breastplate on.
Yeah, he switched out to a breastplate.
breastplate, armor
So I'm at
class
15.
14 plus dex.
Yep, I'm at 15.
Okay.
Dex is a 1.
Yep. Whoa.
So it hits you with its beak, dealing 10 damage, piercing you in your shoulder blade. Stings pretty bad. It does attempt to swipe at you with its claws as well. However, that breastplate comes in handy as its claws just kind of bounce off of your chest. The third one begins to make a run for Michelle. Oh, Michelle.
Don't forget, you can.
Runs and leaps at you. You take a step backwards, and it slides in the snow.
Remember, you get an attack of opportunity.
Do I get an attack opportunity?
I don't have any.
Start your turn.
I don't think gimmicks or
anything that gives
me reaction attacks.
attack.
Yeah, it rolled a critical failure, so it fell the fuck down. Xan, your turn.
I'm gonna get the one that's over by Sirris.
The one that's full health or the one that's all burned up?
The one that's burned up. That one's gonna miss. 6 plus 4 is 10.
Miss.
And then I'm gonna go for the full health one. 19.
That is a hit. Give me some damage.
2.
2.
Really?
I don't have any bonuses to my attack, okay?
Don't you add your dex modifier or something?
Add your dex.
Oh, 6! That means I cut myself off from...
Have you been not adding your dex this whole time?
No, just today. I forgot.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
Oh no, I don't remember when it matters.
Alright, that was a.
so 6 damage. Right? Okay. Because you have +4 dex. So, the arrow sinks into its neck. It's bleeding pretty badly, all burned up. It looks like it's about to. It looks like it's rethinking its decision to attack the party today. Michelle, your turn. You have an attack of opportunity on the one laying in front of you.
Coup de grace.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna.
just coup de grace.
Yeah, I'm just gonna bring my sword straight down
onto its like.
I
At the
can't do
base of its
webcam
neck.
today, guys. Done. Done fucking with it.
Apparently it's grumpy with you.
Yeah.
Like the cat.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with this thing? Whatever.
Four.
Yeah. It's dead. You said you're just gonna bring your sword down and chop its head off?
14 damage.
So. Yeah.
Well, I'm not chopping its head off. I'm just like straight up.
Well, I mean,
Might,
it might depends on how wide the sword
and I'm gonna
is,
slam it
at the base of its neck, like
severing its
vertebrae.
Okay. For all intents and purposes, it's dead. Sirris.
Okay. Is that one that's hurt still within my range?
It is.
Sweep the leg.
All right. I am going to action surge, and I'm going to use the great weapon ability. So I want to take a -5 to my hit or to my attack. So that is a 15 on the first
15
hit.
with your -5.
Yeah.
Yep, that's a hit.
And I'll roll damage on that one because I don't know how close that is to death. Because I'm about to open up a 500-year-old can of whoop ass on the other one. So
It's the
12 damage on that one.
all right. 12
Still
damage. Barely.
Okay. I'm going to hit it with
Wait,
my.
How did you roll
12 damage? Isn't Great Weapon Master plus? What's the plus?
Well, I roll a d10, and then my. Oh shit! It was 24.
Thank you. I'm like, wait, no. I'm the dumb one, and this is not adding up in my head.
No, it's not 24. It's 22. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because you should have added 10 to that.
Instead, I forgot your stupid add 10 damage bullshit.
Yeah. Okay.
Are they all dead now?
No,
Like,
they
how
did
did you roll a 2 with a strength modifier of 5?
I'm so confused.
Okay, so I take the same ability. I use the same ability on all my remaining attacks. So that's 3 normal attacks, and then the bonus pommel strike.
Okay.
So 24, 15, 15, and that last one was a 13.
With your minuses? You're taking the minus, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you're hitting it.
All 4 times?
24, 15, 15. Those are all hits.
And then the 13. Did that miss?
13 misses.
Okay.
It was a normal strike, didn't matter anyway.
It's 30 damage flat. Plus. Oh. Motherfucker. 10, 11, and 16. So 40, 51, 67.
So what I'm imagining is you kill the first one, you turn to the other, raise your axe, and just whack, 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 and it falls over dead.
Yeah, that's what I was going for.
Just like you're fucking chopping lumber or something. No regard for fighting. You just chop it over and over until it's dead.
Yay, fighter!
Well, yeah, it is dead. Like, it is gone. So,
I
like,
turn
it had-
around. I look at Michelle and I give him a thumbs up.
just splattered with blood and viscera.
I grabbed the one that I stabbed in the neck, and
and I start dragging it towards the cave.
I start walking towards the cave.
59 hit points, by the way.
Holy shit.
And then I look at Sirris and go, "See, I told you we could do it."
I had some aggression I needed to get out.
Obviously.
I'm just imagining you like a lumberjack. Just whack, 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 and then it's dead.
Deadpool with a lumberjack.
Hey, that fucking great weapon master ability is a game changer.
I'm just gonna have to throw enemies with higher armor class at you. That's what I'm hearing. All right. So,
Oh, we'll drag in the rest of the bodies too.
Does anybody want owlbear? And I start skinning them.
I'm assuming they're actually like super heavy. So can I actually drag this by my?
these are large monstrosities per the book. So, it's gonna take some effort.
I mean, I can carry 100
300
pounds
pounds
without,
without like stressing. Is it?
It's
Is
more
that
than
still? Okay.
I guess Michelle and I will drag in the bodies.
And as they plop the bodies inside, I'm gonna start
Hey,
skinning them.
Before you start skinning them, lady, maybe we should
use like.
There's 4 of these,
There's
right?
4 of these.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
So
Let's skin one, use it for food, and then use the other 3 to like block off
the entrance to the cave.
So
Wow.
consider this: they're essentially grizzly bears, and a full-grown male grizzly weighs about 600 pounds. So these things are fucking huge and very heavy. A lot of meat and a lot.
I just don't want them out in the open to attract vultures.
Or that rock.
And I figure
I
if
was
we
using
block the entrance to the
vulture
cave,
as
it'll be a little.
Encompassing term.
Well, what you could probably do instead of directly at the cave entrance, you can probably bring it in a couple feet.
You were saying skinning all of them. I'm stopping you from doing that. That's
Fine, just let me skin one of them, and then we can cook that one.
it's whatever.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm only.
let's just get this done.
Kalyasha's resting. She's making a small fire, just kind of using her spell itself to hold a flame aloft in the air to try to warm herself. She asks the party if someone would find something to burn.
What?
I mean, we can burn an owlbear, but
Just skinning it.
Do you care to see if you can't find anything to burn?
I am fucking cold. I need to lay down. Like
Yeah,
as
he's
soon as
exhausted.
I get
these
these
things
things in, I need to lay down. I'm hurting.
Is this cave big enough to put a tent in or something?
it is. The cave itself, as far as you can see, is about 30 feet deep with an incline as it goes back. The further back you go, the shallower the roof is. It's kind of just like an overhanging rock.
Well, if you want, you can use use my tent and a bedroll that I have. You shall.
Yeah, don't even care. I just need to. Are we done?
I start salting them first.
Okay. The little outcropping of rock that we're at. Can we see all the way into it plainly?
You can. Yes. Sean, do you remember the cave from BattleCon?
Yeah.
Think
The
about
one up
that.
above your house? Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, I mean, that's not bad. Does it look lived in? Because I'm assuming that they probably ate and
It
shit
does. Yeah.
slept here.
It looks like they have been staying here, but you can also see markings that travelers may have been here before. The telltale char marks up the side of the stone, and even some small etchings in the side of the rock face. So travelers have probably been here in the past, but these owlbears have been making it their home for quite some time. There
Okay.
is some form of, I guess you would call it a nest or a den, where they've tried to gather whatever they could to keep warm.
Okay. I'll raid their den then for tinder.
Okay. Yeah, it's mostly made up of sticks that have suffered from permafrost, little bits of feathers, and just a bunch of random things that they may have found throughout the wilderness. But
Okay.
you're able to gather enough to get a small fire started.
There's
Nothing
no
that'll
eggs, is
last, but no.
there? Okay. I was going to fix an omelet.
No, nothing that'll really last, but enough to get something started.
Alright, you guys can use that owlbear to start making food if you want.
Your dragon seems very interested. He's pecking at the owlbear's bare skin after Xan has flayed it.
Okay. Well, I'll bring back the stuff, let him start a fire with it, and then I'm going to take a short rest and carve off pieces of the owlbear for
All
it.
right. And at this point, I think we'll actually take a 10-minute break and meet back for the later half of the journey.
Already off. Let's do this.
Oh my gosh, I literally just got off of... We're good.
Are we back?
Yes.
I don't normally
That's
ask
a
that
question.
when my pants are off.
I'll try this. We'll see. Fucks up again, I'm done. All right. So, I don't know if everyone caught that conversation, but since it was almost nightfall, I believe we're going to take a long rest, correct?
Oh, please, dear God. That's
Gonna
the only way to
get rid
get
of
rid of
exhaustion,
exhaustion, right?
I'll watch most of the night.
Okay. Long rest.
Yeah, I'll watch while it's still daylight. Or I'll watch as the daylight's fading.
Neither did I.
All right.
I don't think any of us did.
Kalyasha begins to awaken the party. She speaks again in Infernal and says, I have cooked the bear. Everyone eats. We will need our strength for the last leg of our journey.
I take a little bit and I chop it up in small bits. Small enough bits that the dragon can eat it.
Go. She says, soon you should stop feeding him cooked meat. He needs to learn to use his breath himself.
No, it's sometimes I make him eat other meat, but yeah, I know.
Her. I'll set her down next to one of the corpses.
Is this before we go to sleep?
This is the morning.
Oh. Okay.
She is waking everyone up.
I put whatever I skinned and was able to make into actual leather into the bag.
Okay, you get a large amount of leather. Well enough to cover yourself entirely if you want it to look like an owlbear. Of course, it is feathered, but they do have some semblance of fur underneath those feathers, just like some birds do. So, let's make some rolls here. I would like everyone to, once again, give me a Constitution saving throw.
11.
By the way, since I haven't said it, Michelle, I like your picture tonight.
13.
16.
How much do you like it?
Quite a lot. Yeah, I dig it.
Actually,
It's
it's
actually a
gift.
gift too. It's very upsetting because he does the man boob dance and the grumpy cat shakes from side. It's just it didn't go through. I'm so
Yeah, should have figured that one. You guys are all good. You're beginning to get closer to the peak now, and as you do, the path becomes a little bit clearer. What was once frosty bits of snow and ash has now turned into permafrost. As you ascend higher and higher, while the altitude and the frigid winds blow against you, every now and then you get this chill down your spine as a warm front blows across the party. After about another hour of travel,
Guys, that warm front feels like
kind
when
of like when you're going
water
through
and all
the
of a
water
sudden
and all
walk
of a
into-
sudden walk into a warm patch and realize it was the guy in front of you taking a piss.
I'm not sure this is.
I'm not sure this is.
We're going towards dragons. Of course, it's not a good thing.
So, as you... Dang it, I hate that this thing isn't centered. There. Better. Okay.
Speaking of dragons, I was just going to roll perception to look around us.
Yes, please do. You beat me to the punch. I was going to ask.
I natted. Again.
All of us or just him?
It doesn't matter. He rolled a nat 20, so...
I'm broken tonight.
What?
I rolled a 22.
Yeah, but hitting
Okay,
was
you
natural.
all see everything.
I mean, I have a passive of 13, so I don't see it.
Well,
It's snowing.
after being pointed out to you, You can see some lava trickling from a nearby rock formation.
How far away is it?
It's quite a distance away. I mean, I don't know exact numbers, but it's pretty far away, but you can still spot it from where you're at. It seems like you're getting closer to the peak.
Hey, Sirris, can we actually go over towards that lava?
I look at
I got her.
No, really, we need to.
I do not care. Just be very careful. We have lost people before who think they play with lava and.
I don't think he's
Golden
that dumb.
I
No
have
idea what she just said, but we need to go.
He said be careful.
That he will dissolve if he touches it.
She said you will die if you touch it.
Yeah,
I'll die
if I touch a lot of things. So
I'm
come on,
serious.
dude.
Okay, I'll go over with him.
Okay. Yeah, it takes a little bit of trekking. You have to use your picks because you're getting much higher now. It's getting a lot steeper. So each of you are using your picks and your climbing shoes to help navigate upward. I would like you to give me dexterity checks all around.
Instead of using the pick, can I use the immovable rods and just use that to just pull my... I'm using 2 of them, so I would assume I can click one, lift, click it, and then click the other one and lifting.
It'll be quite a difficult task. Will require a lot of endurance. Give me a strength check instead of a dex check.
I got a 16 on my dex check.
Oh.
And this will be where I roll a 1. Is a 14 okay?
You're okay. Michelle, you're starting to have trouble, though. You can see that while this was a great idea in practice, lifting your body weight every single time you want to move a foot is actually pretty difficult. I mean, you're able to do it, but you're getting fatigued.
Or
Oh, and side note, I would have left the halberd behind because I wouldn't be able to climb with it.
Yeah, makes good sense.
Alright, I grabbed
the pick. Once I realize I'm getting fucking tired.
You are able to, however, through some coordination and guidance with Kalyasha, it seems she already knows the good foot holdings. You're able to make it up to a flat area where there's a small pool of molten rock.
no, if he waited, we could.
The hole itself. Oh, go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was just going to say the hole itself, where the actual lava is exposed, is only about 2 feet across, and it's very slowly dripping downward. From where you're standing, though, you're pretty safe.
No, if he waited, he could have gone. He could have.
Climb up here, or am I, or can I ignore her from a distance? I don't think she made a check, so I probably am just gonna ignore her from a distance.
She did. I was assuming you were all together.
Oh no, I was with Kalyasha.
Oh, she's going with them. She's not letting the party separate because that's how you die.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna hand the necklace off to Sirris, and I go.
I think you're gonna need this more.
You're gonna need this more than I.
Just
take it. Awkward. Trust me.
Yours.
Dip
it in the fire, the lava stuff, and put it on.
Are you sure about this?
I am.
Raising a fucking you're raising a red dragon, dude. Raising a fucking dragon. Don't you think
the moment that thing gets
you're not gonna
turn into a fucking
kebab again?
He's telling you it would help you, and he's giving you something. Now just shut up and do it.
You want the straight up honest?
Already identified
it. This thing is gonna give you an immunity to flame. That's gonna let you stand in another fucking fire and lose all of your shit, but you're not gonna be burned to a crisp. So maybe you need to fucking wait.
Dip it in the fucking lava.
I'll walk over to the lava and dip the necklace in it.
it glows and begins to almost resonate. Feel very subtle vibrations coming from the chain as the lava slowly fades away. The emblem now glows a faint orange color, like it has an aura to it. Or that was the silvered chain, right?
Yeah.
Yes, it was. Now I'm trying to figure out how to delete.
Okay. So
Okay, there you go.
am I attuned to it now, or do I have to try and attune myself to it?
That's the
That
attunement.
was it. Yep, that was the attunement.
You had to dip it in lava. That yeah, I was to say that is an attuned item. So just a reminder.
There you go. Add that to your inventory.
Yeah, I'll put it on, and just to make it less awkward, I'll just give Michelle a nod.
Oh look, we're
Next
bonding.
time you stand in fire, you won't come out looking
like a bitch.
And the bonding moment.
And the moment's gone. Okay. Kalyasha points upward. You can see more streams of lava pouring down the sides of these large mountains leading up to the peak, the summit of Mount Hailfire. Starts to get pretty hot. You're all beginning to feel like maybe you don't need your winter coats anymore. And in fact, Kalyasha is taking hers off.
I stuff mine in my bag, and I just like put a shirt on.
This temperature shock shit is getting old.
Yeah, I'll follow suit.
I do what I can. I do what I can.
Actually, I just start putting my armor back on. Screw it. Actually,
Armor sears
to her flesh.
Well, it's leather, so you're a little sticky, but all right.
Ooh, it's like me on a Friday night.
Okay, everybody give me another dexterity check. Now you're going to be navigating around real obstacles, okay? We get
19
here and you've got lava.
15.
Oh shit. 12.
Sirris.
Hold on to your shit.
Just go for a swim.
What is it?
While going across a pool of flowing lava, you slip and burn yourself all the way up to your kneecap. Now, luckily you got a necklace on, but you're without a boot.
Lolly, it's not going to be happy.
I have winter boots on and regular boots, but
Let's just keep going and.
Is it snowing and cold on the other side? Ask.
It's fine. I say as I just trudge on.
Just imagining the sounds of you walking is interesting to me. Okay.
Well, it's clomp, pap, clomp, pap, clomp.
So I turn to Sirris. Why are you wearing your armor?
Let's go.
He's like a one-legged type.
Oh my gosh.
The passageway up and around the mountain gets more and more narrow as you travel. Kalyasha instructs everyone to hug the side of the mountain in order to make it through this next clearing.
Hang on.
Guys, don't fall in lava like Sirris did. You can do it.
Well, why not just have our rods out? So just if we do fall.
If
you need me to have my rod out for inspiration, that is up.
Everybody pull the rods out. Kalyasha does not have one.
Doesn't understand what I'm talking about.
So, are you trying to inspire everyone? Is that what you were getting at?
I'm inspiring Xan and Sirris. I don't think
I can inspire her.
No, she doesn't speak the language.
Actually, I'm gonna
play a little tune on the fiddle to inspire everybody.
There we go. That's better.
Do
You want a performance check?
Rolls a 1.
No, I'll allow it.
Okay,
I'm gonna play a good.
Accidentally launches it into the wall.
I'm gonna play a good tune on the fiddle.
And give
All
all
three of-
three of them my inspiration for the day.
All right. So, while shimmying across this large expanse deep down below, a good 200-300 feet, you can see magma bubbling. Then the ground begins to quake.
I'm gonna pull out my immovable rod, slam it into the wall, and
I'm gonna
All right.
follow suit.
All right. I need the three. Are you doing the same, Sirris?
I'm a rebel. I'll take my halberd. All embedded in the rock.
All right. I need three of you to give me an athletics check.
Athletics I can do.
oh my god, I'm
Falling
rolling.
rock and debris begins to shower down on the group of you from above. You need to try your hardest to hold on and endure it.
I attack the mountain.
Xan,
22.
Xan, what are you doing over there?
I got a 7.
18 plus athletics, that's quite a bit. So, 26.
I hope she is in between us.
us.
Holding her.
A large piece of rock falls down and hits Xan on the head. She loses her grip. You begin to fall.
Can I grab her?
Yeah, I was to say, can I grab her?
I'll allow one check from one of you at disadvantage. You
Sirris,
decide.
it's up to you. You've also got
Inspiration.
inspiration.
Dexterity.
Oh shit.
We've got an inspiration.
Yeah, I'll take the chance. And I've also got inspiration I haven't used. So 14. That was a straight roll. 15. Is that enough, or do I have to keep rolling?
15. You have disadvantage, so
Oh. Yeah, hold on. I gotta roll again. That one was higher. 18.
so a 15.
Yeah. Do I need to roll my inspiration?
Well, instead of rolling your inspiration because you had disadvantage, you could take the other die, the 18.
Okay.
Okay. You barely managed to grab her fingertips. You're holding her just like you're both holding hands by the tips of your fingertips with a pool of lava hundreds of feet down below. Rocks are still falling. So, Sirris, now I want you to give me another athletics check.
Yeah, this I can do. That is a 19 altogether.
Okay. You managed to hold on and pull her back up.
I'm going
Side of the cliff.
straight back onto holding and unclick it, and I'm going to be shimming a little bit faster.
Pushing everyone along.
Your tits.
You have a second one, right?
Yes.
So you could have.
I didn't think to. Yeah. Worst case.
All right. You make it back up. Kalyasha says, I suggest after this, we tie ourselves together just in case.
I give Sirris a really big hug. I'm like, I thought we were even. I guess I owe you one again.
I'll just kind of pat her on the head. It's okay.
Okay. So, Kalyasha begins handing out rope and instructing you to guide it through your special climbing belts. so that you can all be tethered together in case someone does fall.
Again.
So then we can all fall.
I relay this to Michelle.
Oh, is that why she was handing me the rope?
Got it.
Yep.
Really, all you got to do is keep one of those rods in your belt, right? And then
He always keeps a rod in his belt.
Yeah,
Okay,
They
I
moved.
think that we should have Michelle and I on either end of the rope.
I think the flamey lady needs to lead. Because I don't think it's a good idea for me to lead.
gonna try to jump in the lava like it's a mud puddle or something. Okay.
Actually, we'll go Kalyasha, I'll follow behind her, then Xan, and then Michelle.
You come
How's that
to a
sound?
point near the summit when you reach a large pool of magma. Kalyasha looks left and right. She kind of turns to the party and says, I don't understand. There's usually a passageway here. Someone had laid down a metal bridge across that we could use, but it is gone. I'm not sure where to proceed from here.
Are you lost?
No,
Wait,
this
I
is
didn't
the right
understand.
place.
I didn't understand
that.
Yeah.
And
She
I
says,
look.
"This is the right place."
I look slightly like, damn it.
You can try to find a way around unless you have ideas of how to go through, or we could scale straight upward, and it is straight up.
Well,
Up there is the summit. That's where we are trying to go.
well, I can fit one person at least in my bag of holding, and then Sirris.
No. That's a bad idea. No.
Well, I was just gonna have one of it.
Don't put people in bags of holding. That's how you kill a person.
Most DMs are mean and say
you can't hold your breath and they kill you.
So,
what was the other part of your idea?
Straight up, try to find a way around, or try to find a way through.
I'm gonna look around and see if I can't find a way.
Give me. Yeah, you know what? Perception isn't going to cut it because just looking you can't really tell. Give me investigation.
We could just punch a hole through the mountain.
Yeah.
12.
12 investigation. You can see what appears to be the very end of that metal ramp that she was talking about, poking out of the lava at the far edge. So it was there. It fell in, and it's all cooked up.
Kalyasha. Okay,
Yes.
so it's gone, right? The
Yes.
ladder or the bridge is okay. Never mind. Now there's a couple ways we could try and do this. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Punch a hole through the mountain.
Yeah, but you never know if you're gonna like run into a wall of lava.
I mean,
Yes,
I
we
guess
could just go
find a cave that goes all the way through the mountain.
climbing
Climbing
up
up
hasn't
seemed to work great for us so far.
Well, if we coordinate our climbs, because we're tied together with the immovable rods, we should be in pretty good shape.
Got tired real quick though. Or you saying that we
like
we
the
could use them as
Actually,
anchors.
bottom anchors?
Before we proceed, everyone give me a Constitution save.
How does a 15 sound?
I have a 12.
19.
Xan.
Oh no.
Kalyasha, you all have one level of exhaustion.
Let me use that inspiration fast.
I have Bard's inspiration, okay? Wait.
You really don't want to have disadvantage on checks when you're trying to climb a mountain.
Oh, right, I guess.
Does a
It's a
20 do it?
1d6, right?
It's 1d6.
Yeah. 20 does it.
And I just add whatever this 6 gives me, right?
Yeah.
So 16.
Okay, you guys are fine. Barely. But you guys are okay. Kalyasha, however, is exhausted. She did not benefit from your inspiration. Well, actually, she did, but yeah, she failed pretty badly. So she's exhausted. Which route are we taking?
I don't know. You think we should try and climb it? I don't really see much of an option here.
Yeah, me either. But our fearless leader is new.
Well, we can make up for
But
her.
the peak is just ahead. If we go straight up, as hard as it would be, we would be at the summit. Now, it's very dangerous if you're not used to climbing, of course. I am not too afraid myself.
I look around again. I'm just gonna check if I've missed anything. Really don't wanna.
Investigation.
What is wrong with my dice?
What
6.
does that mean? 6.
I'm saying my dice aren't working tonight.
Yeah, you have nothing. You've got nothing. You're just looking up like, wow, that's gonna suck.
Okay, so if you guys are in agreement, what I was going to do, I was going to tie Kalyasha to me, and then Michelle, you tie Xan to you, and we can work with the immovable rods as anchors. Press them up against the sheer rock face, and then lock them in place and clip onto them. The first person will clip on, and then they'll move on. The person behind them will use it as an anchor, remove it as they go up, and just repeat that process.
Oh, instead of actually
climbing with them, you're using it as an anchor. Oh.
Cliffhanger style.
We're just gonna have to be really careful about it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
don't
don't
fall.
fall, Xan.
Okay. So, I would like everyone to give me athletics check.
21.
17.
14, 8, so 22.
Kalyasha is not doing so good. And she's climbing. She just has to take a lot of stops because she suffer from heat exhaustion.
I look back at her. And, how much do you weigh?
That is a very rude question.
Would you rather fall?
I would rather climb. She kind of takes a deep breath and starts moving a bit faster. All right, everybody. One more. Everybody give me another athletics check.
Yes! Nat 20. Woo! 23.
That one's a 13 plus 8. So
Athletics.
Michelle,
16.
All right. Your group, Michelle, Zan, you make it to the summit. Kalyasha is almost there, but she loses her grip and falls. Luckily, Sirris has an anchor in place. Sirris, give me one more athletics check.
Big money, no whammies. 18.
Okay. You're able to hold your grip firmly, but she is kind of just dangling by the rope down below you. She seems frustrated and very tired. It takes her some time to gather her bearings, and she goes up to where you're at the anchor and says, "I'll hold on. You go the rest of the way."
Okay, I'll finish climbing.
Does she have an immovable rod with her?
You make to the top. She's still holding on to one. Yes. She looks up and says, "Pull me up."
I go and grab her.
Well, I'll hold on. Actually, you know what? I'll take the other rod and set it in the air and tie the rope to it. And then
Okay.
I'll tell her to unclick the rod and pull her up.
Okay. It works. She finally makes to the top, takes a deep breath, kind of just sits there for a moment in the dirt. She uncorks a bottle and pours water all over her face, and runs down her hair and her horns. She says, "It's much harder without the ramp. Oh, before I do this again, I'll make sure someone puts it in place. Apologies."
Yeah, we're fine.
This is the summit. Follow me. He waves the party over towards
Is
The
this
part
the
where I
part
called
where we
it.
call the giant eagles to fly us off the flaming mountain?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
I'll collect the rods and keep going.
The stone around the crater of this volcano has been carved into a walkway probably centuries ago. A pathway spirals downward around the interior towards the bottom, where there sits a single platform just above the lava's surface. As you begin to approach, following her, you can see her legs kind of shaking with every step, but she points out the mining equipment. You can see carts, some remnants of old tracks that have been torn up and worn. There are axes, pickaxes, hammers, sifters, all rusted and oxidized. But you're there. The image I'm going to show you isn't perfect, but that's what I could find.
My mind is really wondering how things are oxidizing in an area this hot, because I would assume that there's no.
Yeah.
Just putting that out there.
Maybe
But maybe
D&D.
D&D and physics shouldn't go together.
Maybe not.
Got it. Go put that away. Got it.
So, there's a spiraling path going around the interior of the volcano down towards the bottom where there's a single platform. She walks resting a hand on the side of the resting a hand on the side of the interior of the volcano with every step. It seems like she should be burning up right now, but she's okay with it. She says, "These are the mines I was telling you about. Lots of gemstones in this area. Not many now, as you can see. Excuse me. Down there at the basin is a runic carving from the ancients. Hard telling where they came from. Last known person to have been recorded when those runes were still in use was Jack Corey himself. Feel free. I'm just going to rest for a moment."
Zan,
Zan, can you read those things?
I'm gonna see if I can read them.
You're too far away. But you travel down deeper, it begins to get very, very hot. So hot, in fact, you feel even going near this thing, wearing any semblance, anything similar to armor would cook you alive. Sirris, you especially are starting to feel the heat. The armor that you're wearing. Well, you're resistant to flame now, so I don't really
Immune
know how
to
that
flame.
works.
So
Yeah.
I don't know.
It still feels hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just say you're immune to flame, but not immune to the temperature of heat. So you're beginning to get hot.
So how close can I get to it?
So you're a good 60 feet from the basin whenever it's just unbearable. It feels like you're 2 feet away from a roaring flame.
Okay. Can I see to make out the runes? I know 60 feet is pretty far away. Are they big or are they just small etchings?
The runes are large. You can almost make them out, but you can't decipher them.
Close your eyes. Guys, close your eyes.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start stripping.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk as close as I can to those.
Shoes too, because that's important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait. No, I'm gonna keep my shoes on.
Okay. If not, you could have got burned up pretty bad. You're able to get closer. It takes a lot of effort and determination. And in fact, I want you to give me a Constitution save just to see if you can make it.
Xan'Tha, what are you doing?
8.
8. You suffer a level of exhaustion. You're able to keep going. Do you want to?
Can I read them where I'm at right now?
Yes, you can.
That's where I'm good at.
So.
Dumb, please.
So, from what you can see, there are 9 circular rooms arranged. Well, there's a circle with made of 9 smaller circles arranged around a large rectangular spot in the middle. Each of these runes bears a name. The first one that strikes you immediately is the word Kalanon.
I take the book out, the special book out.
Next
to the
giant. Yeah, I would say, and you're next to a giant pit of lava.
And I'm going to see if more of the names match up.
So you're going back to your stuff to get your book.
No, I'm not. No.
That's what I want to know.
No, okay, no, because I don't want to suffer another level of exhaustion.
You're just
standing there at
this moment. In this
you see something shimmering.
In Kalanon's space?
No, something shimmering in the middle of this circle. It's hard to make it out. It looks like it may be a piece of metal.
You doing okay there, Zan?
Yes and no. I'm tired. Like, really tired. However, there's something in the middle of Kalanon's. And I'm trying to figure out if I should
count on the name of your weapon.
Yeah.
You see one other that you can make out pretty clearly. Right beside it is, or across from it, is the symbol for the word Durion.
I glare intensely at that one. Is it shimmering or anything?
No, they all just appear to be rune carvings, but there's something lying in the middle of the one with Kalanon.
Can you grab a Kalanon for me? You won't get hurt, I think. Not a
You don't think?
You're the only alignment that can pick it up.
I guess I go back and grab it, and I walk back to where I was.
You're still a good 30 feet away from the basin. Like I said, you can try to proceed, but you're going to get more exhausted as you do. I'll allow you to make more checks, but it's very hot. It's like chokingly hot.
I point Kalanon to the thing to see if it does anything.
It begins to shake wildly, and it also begins to glow. The face of the sword is emanating a white light.
Sirris, if anything goes bad, get the bag of holding. And get me the fuck out of here.
How about... You're probably going to hate me for this. How about I help you?
I'm gonna go for it by myself.
All right. Xan, give me another Constitution save.
21.
Shit. Okay. You can feel your skin blistering under the heat, but your will, your concentration is so strong that you're able to make it into the circle. And as your foot touches the very first rune, you're not hot anymore. Feel fine. Looking around you, you can read out the words on the runes etched around you. Kalanon, Barbarian, Onyxia, Sleetskin, Founder, Light-Eye, Drawd, Hayden, Kenton. In the center, there's a large rectangle. It looks like an imprint of where something used to be, but is no more. There in the center of that rectangle, there is a chip in the ground, a slit in the ground.
Of where Kalanon's thing is?
No, in the very center. Kalanon circle is towards the outside. How do I paint a picture of this?
No, I got it in my head. So it's like a table.
Circle, yeah, big circle with little circles around it, and then a rectangle in the middle. So in Kalanon circle, there was something shimmering, and in the very center of that rectangle, you see a slit in the ground.
I'm still holding Kalanon to that glowing circle.
So the circle itself is not glowing, but it does appear as though there is something lying on the ground there. A piece of glass.
I'm going to touch it timidly.
Okay. As you go to touch it, you see blood begins to pour from your fingertips. You don't feel as if you were cut, but clearly you were.
And then I'm just going
Whatever
to.
it is, very sharp.
I'm not going to touch it then. I'm going to touch it with Kalanon.
Kalanon sings a light, happy tune.
Is that it?
That's all you're getting.
Can I tell she's bleeding?
A happy tune in your head. That's your call. You watching her?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Watching her the whole time.
You can't really see that she's bleeding from where you're at. She's a good distance away. I mean, if you wanted to make a run for it down there, yeah, but her finger's bleeding a good distance away.
I need that glass. Something is telling me I need that glass.
What glass?
As you turn your head towards Michelle, you see another piece of glass, just dangling, almost fallen in the lava. But it appears to be pierced in the ground. There is a pommel attached to this piece of glass. The pommel of a sword.
Of what sword? Of that's in the ground?
Yep, a sword in the ground. Its blade is made of this glass.
How close do I have to get to also see that?
You're gonna need to get down there.
I'm gonna head on down there.
Give me a con save.
20.
Okay. Begin approaching. You get pretty close. I need a second save for the last little bit there because it gets very hot towards the end.
A lot. 17 plus 7.
All right. You're able to make it into the circle, and you're not hot anymore.
That's weird.
You don't say.
Yeah, it seems temperate, like a nice 80 degrees.
So what are you trying to do here?
You see that pommel on the other circle?
Oh,
That's the piece of glass over there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what about it?
See if you can touch it.
Next to the lava?
Yeah.
I cast Mage Hand.
Yeah, there you go. Way to put that spell to use.
Yeah, next to the fucking lava. Fuck that noise.
Yeah.
I'm still standing over here with my hand over my eyes. Just what the fuck's going on?
You can uncover if you don't mind.
I tried to grab the pommel
with the Mage Hand and pick it up.
I thought
Yes,
you
you
were
do.
still naked.
I am.
Okay, I've got the sword, but now I'm sitting here like trying to command the hand with my
hand.
We're doing it.
Hold on. Do I see anything different with the?
So the sword that it's holding is broken in half. It does appear to have a blade made out of some kind of, it looks like green stained glass is what the blade is made out of. The pommel looks very simple. It's just a simple T pommel.
Why don't we get this away from the super lava and then I'll look into it.
Well, I want this piece of glass, and I point at the one that Kalanon is touching.
I do feel the need to mention it does bear a red ruby at the pommel.
So
Would I recognize this
sword from anything I would know?
I know the red.
From any mythology. No, it doesn't strike you as anything, though it does look primitively made.
It's nothing that what's his nuts told me about.
No. I mean, you're looking for what's essentially a great sword. And this is...
I just didn't know if he told me about any of the other weapons or not either.
No, this is just a broken short sword.
I look at Michelle and go, "Can you grab this with your mage hand?"
I've got a minute with this one, so I'm gonna quickly
put this one like in my backpack. It doesn't like slice through my backpack, does it?
Are you putting it in pommel first?
Sure. That sounds smarter.
Yeah, there you go.
And then I'm gonna
Cast
mage hand again
and
grab the blade, the other portion of.
Okay, you do so.
I'm gonna
hold on to that one as I walk out of this area.
You're walking out of the circle?
I mean,
can I put that in my backpack? Does it fall out of my backpack?
You can put it in your bag.
Okay, I put it in my bag.
It's just very.
How big is the circle compared to Kalanon?
Kalanon's rune on the ground is about 2 feet across.
Well, no, the glass that can I like slide Kalanon in with into the glass?
Into the hole.
Into the hole with the glass?
Oh, the hole in the center. It looks a little bit bigger, but yeah, you could try it.
I'm gonna try it.
Hold your shit. Let me get out of the.
Before you start doing any dumb shit, let me
get away from.
Wow, I never thought I would say it.
Draws your sword, and you run. Okay.
Now that I'm standing back with Sirris.
Hey, now you can do the dumb thing.
Well, I've still got my eyes covered.
You can have your eyes uncovered unless you don't want to see me naked. Come on.
You've been oh, you're still naked.
Okay.
Oh.
As you hold the sword aloft, Kalanon begins to sing a choir of music very loudly, as if you're doing the right thing.
And I shove Kalanon in.
Okay. When you place Kalanon into the spot, from the outside, what you guys see is she is consumed by a pillar of light. Just a giant flash of light. Xan, images begin to race across your mind. You see the image of Kalanon, your rapier, held in your hand, pierced into the ground. It quickly fades into the image of a short sword, a glowing eye. Malleus rests in a dark place, surrounded by undead. Then, a great sword, strapped across the back of a large tanned man, sleeping in a cart in the desert. Then, a scimitar, resting in a stump outside a farmhouse, surrounded by metal flowers. A longbow, a large snake coiled around the man in the cart. You see the image of a great hammer. A dwarf is using it to combat a cyclops in the snow. The image of a dagger is in a forest. It seems almost familiar. A tombstone is etched Jace Wardwing. A wand spinning in the hand of Lolly at Heathcliff. A shield resting atop a knight's tomb near a body of water. And then the light's gone, and you're left standing there. All the runes are glowing lightly.
Right, what the fuck did you just do?
At this point, I'm like tearing up, and I'm like, I know where they are.
No, what is?
The rest of them are.
Are you not making any sense to me?
I know where the rest of the weapons are.
Descriptive.
Very
Thank
much.
you very much. What kind of weapons?
The same as Kalanon.
Oh, these
legendary weapons of.
You could have just fucking said
that. Like, why are you dancing around?
Because I have to go back where I started.
Immediately, a roar is heard from up above. Red dragons of various sizes begin to circle above, spewing fire in a show of power. The dragon with you, Sirris, begins to screech back as if communicating with them.
Run.
That's not good.
I'm gonna go pass without a trace and grab my shit.
What's her name?
Kalyasha is resting, but at the sound of the roar, she jumps up and suddenly begins to speak fluently in common. She says, "Everyone remain calm. Stay behind me and stay low."
That bitch could speak common the whole time.
I don't think so, and I'm gonna grab my shit. Give me a second, and I
you might
dash
You don't
to my
have a
stuff.
lot of time to put your clothes on, honey.
No,
You
just grab my stuff.
Yeah,
I don't.
Let's go. Worry about putting your titties away later.
She is leading everything is... You can see even the magma seems to be rising in anger.
So, the dragons, when they were roaring, did they actually say anything, or were they just roaring?
They're just roaring. Just fury. No language, just anger.
Okay. I'm going to watch our surroundings as we're going.
I told you, 3 ancient red dragons. God damn.
Kalyasha is leading the group. You see a pretty large, probably adolescent, dragon begin to swoop down from above towards the party.
Oh, you wanted to see dragons, now you saw dragons. Let's go.
There you go. Kalyasha raises her hand up, and a large 60-foot cone of frost fills the air, incapacitating the dragon. His wings slowly flutter and falls into the lava below. She says, "Move swiftly."
That's an
Rick, let's go.
With Pass Without a Trace, I'm going to cover everybody with Pass Without a Trace.
So we're gonna stealth?
Technically, yes. That way we're not being smelled,
Can
seen.
you run and stealth?
As a ranger, I believe you can.
I
All
meant
of us who
she's using Pass Without a Trace.
Yep, it doesn't say you can't.
Well, does it say it's stealth for the intents?
I'm veiled of shadows and silence radiates from you, masking you and your companions from detection. For the duration you can choose. Blah, blah, blah. It can. So, I'm the only one who can use the stealth checks against.
Okay, the only thing I would say would be the dragons have spotted us, though.
Yeah, but they can't track us from where I passed.
They won't be able to track you, but they will be able to see you.
You're not invisible. Don't suddenly just blink out of existence.
But I don't think it's a wasted spell, because what does it have, like a duration of 8 hours or something?
It's 1 hour.
1 hour.
Okay.
So if like we get back onto the snow, we can run.
Yeah.
They know something has happened. They saw the giant pillar of light. So
It would be like, oh, no way, a giant pillar of light?
They couldn't.
They are dive bombing on you. However, Kalyasha is playing defensive. Every time one swoops down, she raises a hand and frost shoots out. You can see they're kind of afraid to come down at this. She comes towards the top. Yet another comes down. It begins to breathe in deeply. Breathed in its jowls.
I'm gonna use Frostbite.
Okay, is that a hit? Or is that a they roll?
It's a cantrip. So they must be 14.
They beat 14.
It
14
Not difficult. They have like a fucking plus two
billion to their fucking roll.
Let me check something though. Kalyasha casts yet another spell. Gas fills the air. The dragon freezes up and kind of just struggles trying to fly. Hits the magma. You've now reached the top.
What the hell are you?
You now reach the top, and at the peak, something is waiting. An adult red dragon smashes into the ground, blocking the party from leaving the mouth of the volcano. Snarls and begins.
So now we know what they were guarding.
It is foolish of you to come here. You approach our land with a disciple's blade and one of our brood. Leave now, and we may yet allow you to live. Ah, Bellatrix, why do you continue to play these games with mortals? Our quarrel is not with you.
I'm gonna guess you're a silver dragon, aren't you?
Oh.
Kalyasha steps forward. You know the disciples' tools are not meant for our kind. I knew your brood would arrive as soon as that blade touched the brimstone. Turn tail, go back from whence you came, or suffer the consequences.
Is she roaring at the dragon to me?
She is just speaking to it.
Can I understand it or no?
This is common. Yeah, this is common.
Hey.
What are you?
Michelle.
I'm so confused.
Michelle, that
What?
that sword you have in your bag. Hand it to me.
I am quickly putting my armor on as quick as I can.
You want
the broken
glass
glass
sword in my bag?
The large beast grumbles, fire growing in its nostrils. So be it, he says. Fire draws in his jowls, but just as his mouth opens, Kilyasha leaps forward and grabs onto his neck, then transforms into a gargantuan silver dragon.
Holy shit.
The two
Fucking called it.
off the side of the mountain, biting and snarling at one another, then swoop up above. The brood of younger dragons begin to screech from the sky above you and move closer to the party.
You need to run now. Now.
Is she bigger?
Oh yes.
So,
she is
how
much
many
larger.
dragons are there besides those two?
You can see at least 20 up above. Varying in size, some babies. It appears as though this one is an adult and the eldest among them.
And she's bigger.
Yes.
Much bigger.
Yes.
This isn't where I parked my cart.
She may need our help.
I don't think she needs any fucking help. She's a big ass
Fucking dragon. What the fuck do you think you're
gonna do to help? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Look how many there are.
I'm already running.
Okay. You guys can come up with the game plan. I need 1 minute.
You need to run?
I'm already a full movement speed away from you guys. I have no idea where, but I am.
Sirris, you either need to drop the little hatchling or you need to run. Because I'm gonna start running, and I start running.
Yeah, I guess I'll run.
I mean, outside a game, I guess we could try to help her, but
I don't
think there's shit we can. I mean, 2 wormlings almost fried us in like one turn.
But I am immune to fire.
You might be, but the rest of us aren't.
That will help you, not your armor.
Doesn't matter.
They have bite and claw attacks as well. And I think a tail attack. And all sorts of crazy legendary actions, I would assume. I think she's big enough to handle herself, I'm just saying.
What are we doing?
We're running.
I'm running.
Like a bunch of bitches we're running.
Okay. Smart.
Yeah,
Michelle's like, this is not my fight.
Clearly not my fight. I mean, there's questionable courage and there's just, you're a fucking retard.
And there's Sirris level of courage.
Step in fire.
Yeah, I don't think that necklace works against magical fire. For the
need
sake
the fire
of that.
damage, I thought. Whether it's magical or not.
Yeah, but they have bite and claw attacks. We already went over this. Your armor's not immune to flame, and I bet that halberd might melt too.
Belgrade steel has a high melting point, but let's not go into.
But it's
that.
also not
not magic. So and Dragon's Fire is like
Yes.
It's a +2, so it's high
I
tier.
don't care. Let's keep running.
I don't think it was forged in Dragon's Fire, so I bet Dragon's Fire will melt it past its melt.
Okay, so
So we're running.
the group of you are fleeing. Sounds good. As you're descending down the path, you can see dragons swarming about the large silver dragon, who you now know is named Philatrix. Not only is she trying to fight off the adult dragon, the brood of red dragons is nipping at her wings throughout the battle. The small hatchling in your coat begins to stick its head out and screech up at the other dragons, excited to see one of its own kind.
I know, but they might eat you. Come on, let's go.
Catch that thing. Come on, let's go. Big old sky.
Nope.
All right, everybody, give me a dexterity save.
19.
17.
25.
Okay,
Shit, there goes my dice.
a red dragon swoops down and scratches the ground in between your party. You're able to get out of the way, barely, and then it continues on, chasing after the silver dragon. As you begin to make your way around the bend, you see now the pool of lava that you have no way of crossing.
Crap.
There's got to be another way.
You can see there is a way straight down to the lower path. However, it's pretty much straight down.
Well, let's get our rods out, and if it gets too rocky, you know what to do.
Anyone know how to fast roll?
Hey,
I do.
Zach. I rolled a 23 perception. Is there anything else around us?
There's a narrow ledge around the outside of this pool of lava, and by narrow I mean about a foot wide.
You were hoping I was going to see that.
I was. You're going to be pretty hard pressed to make it across there. You're going to be single file, but it's doable.
So the dragon slams into it.
I'll point it out to them. Let's go.
All right, let's go.
Bye.
All right. So you're shimmying across. I need acrobatics checks from everyone.
That I am not as good in.
I'm aware.
Talked to a nat 20.
I'm going to use my last bardic inspiration.
You don't have a.
You
have a DM inspiration, and then you have a bardic inspiration.
You've already
used the bardic.
Use both.
Then it doesn't. Yeah, then it doesn't get to keep going.
I don't have any more inspiration then.
Okay.
What'd you get?
7.
Plus your modifier.
Yeah.
So wait, that is with plus your modifier.
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
Okay. I got a 16.
All right.
With my nat 20, can I grab her and hold her onto the ledge while she tries to fall?
You know what? Since you got a nat 20, I'll allow it. Only because you got a nat 20.
I'm like,
only a 24, but you know.
Here, let's just do,
Acrobatics and like reaching out to snag her, to pull her in, and stay on the ledge at the same time might be acrobatics.
Oh wait, I would have gotten.
Very angry with you.
Yeah, it's beepity beepity beep. All that bullshit over there.
I'll
Okay, so you're shimmying across the ledge. It takes some time. You can see on the far side a dragon wormling waiting for you to come across. Its breath weapon isn't quite powerful enough to reach you, but it's hopping back and forth, just waiting for you to get close enough.
We never said. Was I going first?
I would assume so.
You pointed and said, "Let's go," so I assumed you were first.
Okay. That's what I was.
Can I speak
Yeah.
with it? I speak with animals.
It's not an animal. For the sake of that, Sirris could.
Get out here. Scat.
You're trying to
You're
intimidate
saying
it
that
away.
in Draconic? Yeah, you know what? Give me an intimidation check.
Oh,
Get out here. Oh.
Go get.
Parts and
farts and
draconic.
draconic.
Okay. It's wow. It's a 17 plus 5 for a 22.
Are you showing your face? Because you get bonuses if you show your face.
Let's just get this over with. I mean, I'll fight a fucking dragon if I have to.
It does step back a little bit, kind of startled that you can speak in Draconic. And it basically says to you, "We want the baby."
You won't take my baby.
It screeches and flies away.
This is my
First,
purse. I don't know you.
What did it scream at you?
It wants my baby. I say it's like
Maybe we shouldn't be on a ledge talking shit. Let's go.
Let's go.
All right, you shimmy across, make it to the other side. Yeah, you're back to where you were now. It's going to take some difficult navigating. Up above, you can see that Philatrix has managed to kill a couple of the brood as the numbers have slimmed. You haven't really seen any dying, but there's less pecking at her now. Flames and lightning are flying across the sky. She is slammed into the ground just right in front of you, like 20 feet away, with the adult dragon trying to take her neck out.
I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on her.
Same.
Give me some numbers.
I gotta open up the spell.
Hey Zach.
What?
So, how opposed would Michelle be if I started digging through your bag?
He'd probably wonder why
you're
you're
trying to reach behind.
Oh, what is the spell casting modifier again?
Whatever your class
varies.
uses.
For you, wisdom, I think. Yeah, you're a ranger, wisdom.
8.
God.
6. Oh, is that plus
the proficient? No, that's probably not with the proficiency.
Yeah, it should just be your casting mod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6.
Okay.
So what I was doing, I was trying to fish out that sword from Michelle's pack.
I'll allow it.
I don't think the sword has anything to do with anything here.
No, but if you can wield it, that would be amazing.
It's broken.
It's still sharp as shit, though.
It's
So
your
it's your
fucking
fucking halberd.
How close are we to the dragons?
Like I said, about 20 feet away. Not far.
Okay,
Fuck
I
it.
go
I
into
go
a fucking rage,
pull out the great sword, and I go fucking swinging at this adult red.
Well,
I'm going.
Since you guys took your action to heal, I'm allowing a turn for Sirris before the next round. So what are you doing, Sirris?
Something I'll probably regret. But it's going to be cool if it works. So I'm going to drop the halberd and take a running leap at the dragon and try and plunge the blade into its neck, precisely as it's going for.
Roll to hit, buddy.
Jump.
Jump,
Summon it back and
and slam it in. Is that what you're?
Well, I'm trying to dig in with the sword.
With the
Bring my
sword in my
backpack?
backpack?
Yeah, the one that I fished out.
I would say I would have resisted you digging into my back.
I would have told you what was going on.
That doesn't mean I wouldn't have resisted.
Just
I'm just putting that out there. DM can
How
call
he
that how
wants
he
him to-
wants. I'm just putting that out.
Okay, so my to hit with the sword would be a +7, I'm guessing.
The sword itself, it's not fully forged, so it's no bonuses to hit from the blade.
Okay, so 15, so 22.
22 to hit.
Yeah.
That's a hit. So, roll 1d6 for damage plus 1d6 afterward.
Okay, apparently this sword isn't as cool as I thought it was.
It's a short sword.
And it's broken.
I thought it was something special. So
It is something
special.
11 plus.
Now,
Okay,
tell
16.
me the dice individually. Should be 2d6. I want to know the dice individually.
5 for the base, and then 6 for the other, and then a +5 from my mod.
10 physical damage and 6 fire damage.
Okay.
Against a red dragon, which isn't spectacular.
I didn't know that it was a fire dagger. Okay.
Well, it's a short sword, but it's a dagger now. So you lunge into it, pierce the back of its neck with the blade. It lets out a screech, and it gets off of Philatrix.
Can I take?
And jumps off the side of the mountain.
Oh shit! Hold on. I do have
Oh,
another
really?
attack.
What's that?
I said I do have another attack.
Okay.
I'll let go of the sword and use my bonus to summon the halberd, and I'm gonna try and hit it with it because I'm on its back right now, right?
Yep.
agitated.
Okay. And that is a. That's a 15 again, so 8. No, that's a 10. So 25 to hit. And where's it?
25?
Yeah, to hit. And I'm going to try and sink that halberd into it. That is 9. It's only 16 damage.
16.
9 plus 7, yeah.
You did hit it. And you do manage to sink your blade in pretty deep. But, Michelle, as you go to draw your sword, the dragon lunges off the side of the mountain with Sirris stuck to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I'm not even going to bitch if I die. This is fucking awesome.
All right. So let's take it from Xan and Michelle's point of view. Philatrix struggles to get up just a little bit. She turns to the group of you and says, "Where's the other one?"
I point at the red dragon.
She takes off.
Is the sword that he stabbed into its neck on the ground?
He said he was pulling it out. So, sure.
I'm going to go pick it up and put it back in the bag.
Okay.
There's
Nothing else I can do, right?
So
I mean,
as a as a free action, I can talk, right?
yes.
As we're plummeting.
Wait a minute. I feel like this is important. I need to know this. Was your red dragon hatchling with you?
Yeah, she was tucked into my coat, vest, whatever.
Okay. Okay. Go on.
I I've never ridden a dragon before. I say with
You would.
the axe of the halberd embedded in its neck.
Okay.
I mean, an immovable rod would do.
Rod would do right now while it's flying.
Probably hurt me more than it would the dragon.
I
What
mean,
if
if you get the thing in its mouth, it might do something pretty gnarly.
That's actually what I was planning to do. Thanks.
Sorry to spoil it. Zan, Michelle, what are you doing?
Continuing my run.
Nothing
Okay.
else I can fucking do.
Well, not towards him, no. So, after a little bit of time traveling down the side of this volcanic area, oh shit. Yeah. Y'all's getting burned.
And I went one turn without raging or without getting hit
Raging.
while raging, so I lost my.
You each take 24 fire damage
Holy shit.
as a dragon swoops down, breathing flames upon the two of you. It lands and snarls and blocks the path in front of you.
What was there a turn between, or
Basically, it's breathing fire on you as it lands. It's taking its movement and its attack.
when the dragon was leaped off, I said I went into a rage and ran forward. So I'd assume that I started doing that, and then I picked up the sword.
And then
I mean, I'll allow
I
it.
started continuing. I'm just
wondering 'cause it's whether or
wondering
not
'cause
this is half
whether or not
damage.
this is half damage.
Well, if you're out of combat for a turn,
A turn.
then yeah. So no, it's full damage.
Okay.
You both have a dragon wormling blocking your path.
I fucking lay into it with my great sword.
All right, you two. Since Michelle's taking the initiative after that, you guys need to roll initiative. Sirris, I need you to give me a strength check.
18.
Strength or athletics?
Athletics.
11.
Okay, so either way, Michelle goes first.
Okay. Go ahead. I'll tell you after you get done.
So
All right,
do
man.
you want the roll for attack?
Yep, roll for attack.
13 plus 9.
Yeah, that's a hit.
$14, and that is dice plus modifier because I am out of rage.
14?
It's 9 plus 5.
Okay, with a heavy hit, you manage to cleave deeply into the wing of the dragon, which screeches in pain. It loses its footing and steps backwards, kind of surprised that you managed to hit it so hard. Zan, your turn.
Oh, I go into dodge as a bonus act.
16.
Very good. 16 total?
Yes.
16 is not a hit.
I have dread I have another attack.
Okay, go for it.
That is 8, and I'm gonna do dread ambusher. Nat 20.
Critical. Okay.
Why are you
Full
not
damage,
using?
double it up.
That is, it's so. What happens with sniper is I -5.
The dread
Damage.
ambusher gives you.
That's only if I hit.
Roll, correct?
What?
Or no, it gives you an extra attack. That's right.
Yeah, dread ambusher only gives me an extra attack.
Okay, roll to hit, or roll for damage.
Plus your mod.
Plus mod. 5.
Times 2.
10.
Okay, there we go. It's a little better. Yeah, gotta remember that stuff. Okay, 10 damage. Significant blow, actually. You managed to clip its wing almost in the same place that Michelle hit it. It finds itself unable to fly properly. It's kind of getting into a defensive position.
I'm going to use my movement action to get behind a rock. I should have said
Now,
that.
if you move away from the enemy, you're provoking an attack of opportunity.
Yeah.
I want to put that out there.
No, that's fine with me. I'm moving behind a rock.
Okay. It lunges forward and tries to bite you, narrowly missing, clipping at your heels. Michelle, it's your round again before the dragon gets to go.
I have a really bad question.
Okay.
With her AC, did you remove her armor because she's not wearing it?
I am wearing my armor.
When did you have time to don it? Because we said we were running with you.
She tried to put some of it on at the beginning of her run, and then whenever the dragon started talking at the peak, she tried to put some more of it on. I don't know the time frame for donning leather armor.
I'm just asking, and it's a worry and asking.
I was putting on every opportunity as I could.
I don't think it's very long. Hold on. I've got the book right here.
Finding out right now.
I know it's like 10 minutes for plates, so I couldn't imagine it'd be horribly long for leather.
Yeah. It takes 1 minute to put on light armor.
It's medium armor.
5 minutes.
So about 2 turns, right?
2 turns is 12 seconds. Each turn is 6 seconds. Yeah,
in the time you were running up the volcano, I'd say that you'd be able to put most of it on. I'm going to roll a die, yes or no, if you're fully armored. Yep, you're armored. 1 and 2 is yes, 3, 4 is no. Landed on a 1. I'm going to say you're armored.
Great, because this whole game is sucked for me.
I know that was rough,
but it was one of those things that was bugging the back of my head.
Fight a
dragon wormling, and she's not wearing.
Yeah, I know during your climb you said you were trying to put it on. When he was talking, you were trying to say that you were putting it on, but then I started talking over you because the dragon does not wait. Okay. So, you managed to get behind cover. Michelle, you got 1 more round before the dragon takes its turn.
I'm gonna swing at it as hard as I can without a rage.
All right.
Now you should get 2 attacks too.
I do not. I am only a level 4 barbarian and a level 1.
Oh, yeah.
Level 5 is where I get my second.
Multi-classing's a bitch.
Maybe you should have waited.
Nah, 14 plus 9.
That's a hit.
5, 6, 7, 8, can't count 9. 10, 14. Again. 5, 4 plus.
Damage?
Yep.
Okay. You swing heavily into the creature's neck. The cut runs deep and it lets out a scream of anguish. You can hear up above the other red dragons calling back in response. However, this attracts the attention of Bellatrix, who swoops down and grabs the beast, dragging it out of your path.
I think
You're
we should
clear.
continue running.
Yep, I'm.
And we're running.
Okay. Sirris, how you holding up, buddy?
I'm having the time of my life right now.
What did you roll to hold on?
It was 17 plus 8. So that
25.
is yeah, 25.
As we're
running,
running, can I cast Healing Word on myself?
Sure.
I just want to do that math while you guys are talking.
Go ahead. It takes a dive bomb just straight down, trying to shake you.
What?
Begin spinning. I want you to do another roll to hold
Okay,
on.
I have 19 hit
This
points
time at
left.
disadvantage.
Okay. So that's a
48 hit.
15 and
Outrageous.
11 plus 8. So 19.
You are still holding on to this thing, and it is not happy about it. It begins to screech in Draconic. It tells you to let go, or it will crush you.
You were going to do that anyway.
All right, dude. You have an action. What are you going to do?
So how close am I to its head?
You're pretty good distance. I mean, it's an adult dragon, so it's going to be like 10 feet of climbing to get to its head.
And I don't know how would you want to rule on that? Trying to climb up to its head.
Athletics check.
I'm just saying because that's my movement's 30 feet, and
Half.
I was going to say, isn't your climb half your movement?
Yes, so it would take all of your movement and some good rolls to hold on to allow you to get up to its head.
Okay. Do you want me to do disadvantage again?
Saving.
You know what? I'll give it to you this time. Just give me a roll. It's not dive bombing anymore.
14. So 22.
Okay, you're climbing up to its head. You made it. I think I already know what you're going to try to do.
It's gonna hurt
I'll
all
take-
of us.
Yep. So I've got the immovable rods on my belt.
Mm-hmm.
And as we're diving, I want to whisper to the dragon, taste my rod. And cram it in its mouth and lock it in
Michelle
place.
approved.
All right. I don't even. All right. The rod tears through the dragon, all the way through, one end and out the other. Sirris, you're sent flying at high speed off into the distance.
I went about as well as I expected.
So its flying speed is 80 feet. So let me check something here.
Well, actually, I would still have a hold of it as the rod tears through it. So, what's its falling speed?
Oh,
Well, to be completely honest,
Zach's
if Zach's
looking
looking up
up
physics like I think he is,
Yeah.
it's mass times acceleration times something. However, if you're moving at a flying speed of 80
Click
and
something
you
else.
click something that's not moving, you're still flying into it as well.
Yeah,
I mean,
basically, your momentum is you have the same momentum as the dragon. If you put the
Yeah.
rod in place, the rod is going to be torn from your hands instantly.
Well,
And
Hopefully it's
Hopefully, it's
torn
torn
from your
your
hand.
hand.
yeah.
and
I mean, I
yes,
didn't.
you would still be on the dragon, but however, the dragon's going to come to a halt because that rod's going to be tearing through its guts. That's why I said you're flying off in the distance, because it's kind of like a bucking horse. You just went and shot off of its back, is the way I'm imagining it.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, let me see here. Dear God. So let me just check something real quick because I'm looking up some physics right now. Okay,
What exactly are you trying to figure out?
don't worry.
You
Oh,
know, fluid
dynamics
dynamics
and
and physics is my thing, right? I'm an aircraft
I'm
technician.
trying.
That's my jam.
Okay, I'm trying to learn how far he would have to fall before reaching free fall speed, maximum velocity 122 miles per hour.
Not that far at all.
I didn't think so.
Yeah, no, because I mean, you hit terminal velocity. What is it? I don't remember.
Hang on,
Bring
I'll
up the
bring up the
terminal
terminal
velocity
velocity
formula.
for me.
Oh my God. Because, see, there's always that scene in movies where, like, Superman swoops down and catches somebody, but the fact is
Yeah.
you're still dead.
Yeah,
Right.
I know.
So, I'm trying to figure out the physics here before
It is
53 meters to reach 122 miles per hour.
53 meters.
So that's still a fair distance.
Yes, that is a good distance.
And we were
159 feet. Ish.
we were
However-
heading towards the ground.
You're headed towards the ground. No two ways about that.
Oh yeah.
Philatrix is occupied. She can't help you any.
Your baby dragon's a little too small.
I'm too far away for a rope trick.
But I really don't know. Even factoring in environmental features, I can't see a scenario where you don't splat.
Okay.
Wait, don't you have another
That's.
He's got another rod, but he's moving at terminal velocity.
Am
Well,
I
there's a
moving
little
at
bit of
terminal
time. There's a little bit of time before you hit that exact speed. You did have some forward momentum, which means you're not just free falling yet.
So, this is going to suck. All right. As I'm falling, about how far am I from the ground?
Very, very far. I mean, you're hundreds of feet from the ground.
Oh. Okay.
Click the immovable rod, and then start
fast
roping.
Well, I'll pat the baby for good luck. Okay, baby. It's this is going to suck.
Time to fly.
Throw it. So shit. My only option is to click the rod.
And he
hope.
was free.
Well, why don't you tie the rope around you and tie the rope around?
Sort
Really does not have.
If he wastes any more time, the rope would cut him in half.
Yeah.
Sirris, here's what I want you to do. Okay? I want you to first give me a strength check.
Okay. Straight strength.
Yes.
18 plus 5, so 23.
Okay, now I want you to give me death saving throws until you either succeed or fail.
Okay.
Oh no, I'm out of spell slots. I can't heal him.
1 success. 10, 2 successes, and a 20. I shit you not. Hold on, let me.
That's a natural success, isn't it?
You're unconscious.
Let me take a picture of it. I haven't touched it since I just dropped it. Discord.
This group is dumb luck.
This is bullshit.
Your poor dragon, though. I'm just saying.
Well, that'd be one hell of a ride. Okay, can I take a...
Can you ride a dead body
to the ground? Just saying.
You can.
Alright. Use photo. There we go.
All right.
And
Sean.
it's in the Tales of Chaos.
Sirris is unconscious, his torso dangling on this rod, floating in the middle of the air. His dragon is falling to the ground below.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I totally saw that happen.
Oh, she was bundled up in my jacket.
Well, then she's dead.
Because you crushed her.
It's your choice.
Oh,
Because
she wasn't like right there on my chest.
well, the way I'm imagining this, you're dangling with your waist at this thing, just kind of barely hanging there in the middle of the air.
Can we even see him or have a chance at seeing?
I'll give you a chance, but it's going to be pretty damn difficult. Now, I will say, your dragon is gliding. Not that it matters to you, but it is gliding down. It's not just free falling like a rock.
Okay.
Where's it gliding to? Because if I look up, I'm going to look for that freaking dragon.
You wouldn't be able to tell it apart with all the other red dragons around.
That's true.
Okay. My question is, did the adult red dragon survive?
Now he's meat on a stick.
Actually, 1 minute here. Okay.
We
have to roll a dexterity save to avoid a dragon body.
This is some bullshit.
No, I was rolling to see if the dragon corpse hit Sirris's corpse.
No, I definitely would be a corpse.
I rolled a perception and got a big old 16.
You still can't spot him. He's just dangling in the middle of the sky somewhere way down below, and there's dragons everywhere, so as far as you guys know, he's gone.
Well, he's gone, so we need to get the fuck off
this mountain.
You can see lightning searing the rock formation up the side of the cliff face.
He literally rode a humongous fucking red dragon off into the sunset.
Well, let's get Theltrex. Thelatrex.
The lightning that you're seeing is coming from her. She's trying to burn down the remaining dragon.
Sirris, don't fuck around.
All right.
Over in the distance, you guys see the adult red dragon kind of just lying there in the sky.
So the rod actually stayed in it?
Yeah, it made it about halfway through.
I figured it would have shot all the way through it.
That's
awkward.
Like, it's totally limp. Its wings are just dangling, but it's there.
I'm gonna make a roll to see if I can put 2 and 2 together. Probably not, but I'm not. Nope.
That's really fucking weird. There's just a dead dragon hanging in the air. I think we should keep going though.
Let's wait at the border of the.
That's amazing and all, but there's still dragons in the air, and I don't like this because they're bigger.
I'm fucking crying.
I look in the sky at the dragon and I'm like, okay, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. Yeah. There's now a dead flying dragon in the air. I'm a little more afraid.
Time out.
Oh shit. I'm a necromancer.
By the way, guys, Michelle's kind of dumb.
I'm in.
It's funnier that you have a dragon dangling.
I imagine it just being suspended like halfway down its tail.
Dude.
By the way, Zach,
I only realized after all of those dexterity checks to shit that I couldn't see.
Dangerous
that I had
advantage.
I should have known that too, because my brother's main is a barbarian.
It's my job to know my
it's my job to know my character.
It's my job too, but okay, all that aside. Bellatrix appears to be picking off most of the dragons.
Don't worry about me, guys. I'm just hanging out.
With Heilheim dead, the rest of the brood begins to flee. She swoops down to the two of you.
I draw my greatsword.
I'm looking in the sky for Sirris. I'm looking all over for Sirris at this point. I am bleeding a lot.
She says, "You two, come on."
We need to wait for Sirris.
He was on the flying dead dragon. Where the fuck do you think he is?
The floating dead red dragon.
I'm gonna make another roll. See if I can't spot him.
She's telling you to get on her back.
I'm doing exactly what the giant
and then
dragon is
I guess I get on her back.
Okay, let me see if she can find Sirris with her crazy vision. Okay, yeah. She spots him. She flies over to Sirris's limp body, seemingly suspended on nothing in midair. And just hovers there for the group of you to collect him.
I'm gonna look him over to see if there's anything weird about him.
I'm going to take
the floating in midair.
I'm going to reach for him, but plant another
immovable rod to hold on to while I'm reaching.
And the distinct lack of baby dragon.
I'm not worried about your fucking dragon.
Yeah, you notice the child, the little baby dragon, is not with him, but he seems pretty fucking beat up.
He's breathing. Here you go, Xan. I unclicked my rod. Can I reach the other one?
Yes, you can.
I'm gonna unclick that one as well and put it in my backpack.
Where's his old kid?
What little
the baby dragon.
He is alive. What are you looking for what's on him?
You don't want to.
Are you trying to loot a corpse because he's
almost a corpse? Gotta click on my notes. Thank you. Thank you.
Awesome.
You're awesome. Can we? Thank you.
She takes the party over to where Heilheim is floating in the air.
By the way, how do you delve out 17,000 experience? That's awkward.
I don't deserve that.
I'm chalking this up as a technicality. Okay, that's. I mean, there's gonna be experience given out, but.
I don't deserve
negative that number to Sirris.
If we have to heal you every time.
Hey,
what are we doing over here?
I'm strongly considering making you paralyzed from the waist down. Like, I'm serious.
You wouldn't be able to venture anymore.
Got your head all charred, rolling around in your wheelchair.
Hey, you'd be pretty fucking embarrassed if a burned up, crispy motherfucker in a wheelchair beat the shit out of one of your monsters.
Wait, he did.
What are we doing at this dragon?
Okay, she tears the tail off of him, and his body falls to the ground.
Well,
Ooh. Hey, I recognize what that thing is.
Can we go? Can I?
You can.
Ooh, I unclick it and put it also in.
It's gooey. It's like one of those other rods.
It's covered in blood and viscera and
Yep, been there.
scratched up. Yeah. Okay.
Probably a fair amount.
A good Friday night.
all right, let's go get him to a healer or something.
He swoops down to the basin, to the corpse of Heilheim, and lands. Lets you guys get off. He transforms back into Kaliasha, the form that you've seen for the past couple of days.
Can you understand me in this form?
Yes, of course.
You've been able to understand me
the whole time.
I can't allow people to know that I'm a dragon unless something drastic happens.
I'll be honest. I think it took me turning into a dragon for me to come anywhere near thinking that might. Just putting that out there, Miss Huge Lady Dragon. Sorry.
Well.
Hey Zan, can you heal him?
No.
He appears stable.
I can't heal him.
Very badly injured, but stable.
What did you want to do?
Potions? Doesn't someone have a healing potion?
I think we have healing.
I used to have
a healing scroll.
I still have that healing potion.
Is his backpack available?
Yes.
Oh, gracious.
I dig through his backpack and find a healing potion. And uncork it and shove it in his...
I am leaning...
What is the dice
roll for that 1d?
It's just a basic. So what is it like?
D8.
2D.
2D.
I think it's 2d4
Wait, a normal
plus.
healing potion?
Is it 2d4
Yeah,
plus 2?
all the healing potions are D4s. Just ends up being a crazy amount of them.
The basic healing potion is 2d4 plus 2. You are correct.
Okay. So 4,
7.
8.
Oh,
well,
who rolled mirror?
Go ahead.
Well, you said 7, so 7.
Yeah.
That is your current hit points. At 7.
How the fuck did you survive that?
Can you feel your legs?
No.
Shit. Did I get him?
Yeah, it's dead, but I think you almost did too.
As a matter of fact, you can't feel much of anything. Your whole body is just shaking.
Where's Lumi?
Who?
You're Lumi?
The dragon.
The dead one?
Your baby dragon?
Yes.
Oh.
We'll go look for it.
I don't know about the Wii stuff, but
I'll go look for it. I get up and I start looking around.
I'm gonna be real blunt and honest with you, Sirris.
Kaliasha sweeps her wing in your way. She says, "It's with the red dragon brood now."
No.
What she said.
Okay. And I sit back down and lean
Go
against.
ahead and stand up and tell her.
I'll wait.
No. I'm telling her no.
I'm trying to stand up.
She says, "They were everywhere. When their leader died, they scattered, but he mentioned at the mouth of the volcano that one of the things he was after was the sword and the other was your dragon.
Yeah, lucky.
He
I'm
can
sure
have the
they've gotten
damn
to it.
sword.
What?
That little piddly piece of shit that I picked up? Or
No,
got out
not
of.
that sword.
He's after Kalanon.
How did you
Who's
lose
that?
that? Even I got that.
We're lucky I was able to keep Kalanon. I'm barely hanging on. I think we should cut this short and go home.
Well, aren't we going to I mean, you are pretty fucked up. Can you wiggle your toes?
I'm sorry, what was her name? It's
Still a trick.
Thillatrix. I knew it was Thill something.
It's Kelyasha Welsh.
Her name is Thillatrix now. Now that we know who she really is.
In private.
I killed that thing. Help me find my child.
If you're lucky,
I saved you from it. You owe me this much.
if you are lucky, it's been taken to the Red Sand. Or Christus beyond that. There's a couple of places where they congregate, but I don't know. When they're young, they're pretty easily corrupted. Now, it seems as though it's imprinted on you, and that may have some impact on it. The odds are against you.
It's fucking cold. Is
Yep.
it fucking cold?
Fucking
It's
cold.
fucking cold.
Thillatrix, can you do us one last favor?
Yeah, is there an easier way down this?
You are not far from the town where we came from. It's only an hour away.
I
I can
don't.
take you closer in this form if you'd like, but we're pretty close.
Well,
Is
Is he gonna?
for a
Is
heal?
there a healer there that can help?
From what I can surmise, nothing here is permanent. You're probably just in a lot of shock right now. Be good for you to rest.
I did book that room.
All right. Well, I heave him up onto my shoulder pads and wear him like a scarf.
Wait, before we go, I say as I'm being tossed over your shoulders. I need something to show them. Because the only thing they respect is power. And if I'm ever going to get her back, I need to let them know what I did.
Fair. She turns her gaze towards the corpse of Heilheim. She says, "This is yours. The three of you can do with it what you want."
You want to go grab some
Perhaps-
teeth, Xan?
Perhaps having a part of one of their elders will be enough to show your power. But before you go, I have something important to discuss. The nature of the disciples' tools. She creates a fire so that you can all stay warm while she tells a little story.
I roll out a bedroll and lay the cripple on it next to the fire.
Can I try to move? I don't
You have
like this.
lost.
Her
Your character has lost all respect of mine, by the way. Like all of it.
This is the second time you've been at like
death's
death's
grip and fucking a paraplegic in damage.
Hey,
He's just gonna treat you like a baby.
I don't want to hear it.
I'm out of game. That is
how he's viewed it. So he
Rolls
rolls
him-
him out,
rolls out
rolls
the
out the
bedroll,
bedroll, lays him on it, covers him in a blanket.
Can I try to move? Because I'm not gonna roleplay a snake.
Get some rope and tie him down.
Okay. You can try to move. I want you to give me a Constitution roll, though.
Okay. Is it 15? It was a 9
You're able
plus.
to, but that description you gave of being a snake, that's pretty accurate.
Wiggle but don't get it.
You can shimmy yourself around, but the actual ability to stand on your legs, you just can't do it. Like, your legs just rattle and give in.
Stay next to the fucking fire and listen to the giant dragon.
A lot of nerve damage.
Shut your mouth and listen.
Shut
So,
your mouth.
This is coming from me, like
For real.
She explains that in the early ages there were 9 tools created, known as the Disciples' tools. Back in that time, while it was rare, every now and then there was someone born who had the blood of an older god. Ancient heroes of legend all come from this bloodline. The last time, I'm skipping over something. So there are 9 greater tools, all forged from forbidden glass. The blade Kalanon, Durion, all of those are made from the same glass as the broken blade that you found before. However, there are also lesser tools. The one that you have in your bag is a lesser blade. Back then, there was a certain item called the Crucible of Glass. She explains that the large rectangular impression you saw is where the Crucible once sat, at the very center of Mount Hellfire. The last time it was seen, Jack Corey tore open a portal and dragged it through himself. It's likely being held somewhere in Aelia, as that's the land that Jack ruled over in those times. She explains that the metallic dragonflight has a duty to protect these tools from evil, a task that many other dragons have forgotten throughout the ages. She says to you, the journey of attuning to these weapons is quite difficult, but each holds great and formidable power. She says if you have any questions, she will answer them and allows you to take what you want from the body of Heilheim before she disposes of it.
I ask her what would be the most impressive part of the dragon.
Well, it's hard to say, but they do have certain nodes in their throat that they use for combustion. That goes for quite a lot. Horns, of course, are always a trophy item, claws, scales, but not a lot of people think about the organs.
I slice into his neck and look for the notes.
Alright, well, she's busy with that. You said that the sword I picked up is a lesser?
Yes, there are lesser blades, crafted not quite as long ago. However, these have diminishing power. Typically, they're all attuned to a certain element and deal damage in that way.
Is there a way to fix them?
If the Crucible of Glass was found, many things would be possible.
That's probably the only way to fix this one.
Pretty much. The act of repairing or even forging a blade of forbidden glass is, well, it's practically unknown. It's ancient history. It's like reading about the rites of blood magic. While it once was prevalent in the world, there's no longer any information on it.
So we were coming over here to go to the Red Desert, Red Sea, Red.
Yeah, that's where Well, now you know that's where 2 items are.
Oh, I did not realize
Well,
it was.
I was gonna go
I
back
was gonna
and
go
take.
back and take notes on that later, actually, because you were rattling it off fast.
Yeah, I can copy paste some of that info here.
That will be helpful.
Okay.
So since I was the only one to see it, I would probably be the. Because
Yeah,
I haven't shared any of that information.
Yeah, you would have to tell us.
So we were originally
originally going there to hunt for. Oh, God damn it! What's the name of that thing?
The Onyxian Warglade.
Yep, we were going to look for the Onyxian Warglaive that was being held by a barbarian, and that
He's over in the red sand.
yes, that's what.
He's in a cart.
Holy shit.
What?
What do you mean he's
I'm,
in a car? You're a paraplegic?
No, I'm looking at the weight and stuff for the dragon parts. I'm looking in that dragon book that I got.
They weigh a fuck ton.
The Draconis Fundamentum, the piece that you were talking about, 150 pounds by itself. And
Bet it fits in a bag of holding.
the heart for a adult dragon is 500 pounds.
Yeah.
Roughly.
I don't think
Skull
that.
is 700.
You let me know when you need help lifting things. I will try.
Can you lift these?
Let me finish my conversation. You keep your cutting.
As I'm just spouting out where random things are.
Okay. So, since we're gonna have to go back, what's the best way to get over to the desert once we can get him back up on what I hope is his feet?
There's a large mountain range separating you from the red sand. I feel remorse for what's happened here. As you know, I stay in the town. Come see me and I will take you to the red sand.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. That is generous.
Once we get
Now,
Operation Dumbo drop on his.
so you know, 1 second. The furthest I can take you is the town of Bone Marrow Bend. It's a small town, unopposing. If I'm far enough away, they shouldn't see me coming. So, Bone Marrow Bend.
It's much closer than we are now, so thank you.
So, you guys are having your way with this dragon. Is there anything else that you guys want to ask Kalyasha at this point?
How do people come about these weapons of disciples?
Well, at first they were given out to very important figures, but throughout time they've passed along through families, some forgotten. Some of them we don't know where they are, such as, let's see here, pull up my document again. Yeah, Sleet Skin, we've lost sight of it. The Wand of Caden, again, we don't know where it's at. Durion has disappeared into obscurity as far as the dragons are concerned.
Malleus has Duron.
Who is Malleus?
He's a big lich kind of guy, warlock. Big, evil, dark. Says he wants to stop the giant worm, but I worry and well, what's the name of that fucking Heathcliff worries that he's may do so, but is also going to work to end the world and or control it.
Heath. Sounds familiar.
A group of adventurers founded it.
Well, at any rate, the weapons were made to protect the realm. That's why we try to keep them from falling into the wrong hands. If this Malleus figure has one of these weapons, I'd be glad to know it. I should let the rest of the brood know.
And it damn near killed Sirris here the first time when he tried to stop it from happening. When we tried to stop it from happening.
Yep, seems to be a recurring theme.
Well, you need to stop that theme.
Keeps grabbing
Onto things he probably shouldn't and not letting go.
Well, I mean, it had her pinned. What was I going to do? Not attack it?
Not ride it off into the sunset, maybe, but you know, whatever.
That was a miscalculation on my part.
And I can tell you, if you've shown us a huge service today, because we should have died.
Yeah, I know.
I can tell you, we know where the wand.
The wand?
Yes.
Where is the wand?
It's held by a good man, a good sorcerer. Trying to scroll up to find his name in my notes because I am horrible with. Yeah.
Are you certain he is a good man?
Fair enough, he's been good to us.
Because the wand of Caden was not meant for good men.
What do you mean?
It wasn't made for people of neutral footing either.
Each of these tools has their own personality. Caden was evil. Now, some would say noble in his regards, but evil nonetheless. Very unsettling. I thought that one had passed away into obscurity.
Yep. Now I'm gonna be honest. I have no idea. Not the smartest person or the wisest person in the world. So
since I have the Sword of Light, I must be a good person.
Yes, again, they all have their own personalities. Some seek those with great prowess, like the Warglaive, which I just speak of. It looks for those with anger in their heart. Not
is there one that looks for stupidity? Because I think somebody's over here has got that covered.
Huh? What?
Go back to sleep.
I mutter something about a shield, but you know, maybe he would not use it right.
What's that about a shield?
No, don't worry about me. I'm psycho, remember? I see things.
Is there one that's a shield?
So, I will remain in the town. When you're ready to move on, let me know. I will take you as close as I can. I suggest you all prepare, bring a lot of water.
We did bring a lot of water.
You're going to need it going into the desert.
Maybe we should grab some more parts to sell or to trade to the dude for more water.
Probably. Too bad we probably can't fit the skull in here.
You're not fitting the dragon skull in. That's out of the question.
Zach.
What?
Wrong Zach. Zach, sorry.
Me? Me?
Him? Me? Us? Him?
Yes.
Okay, what's up?
Did you want to use the rules and stuff about the dragon parts from this book?
Since there's not many places where you can find that information, yeah, I'll take any
okay,
forum.
because I mean, it's got
on the
DC checks to make for harvesting the parts, and it's got spoilage on them.
Yeah, I have the book here. I just haven't popped it open yet.
I
but
just
you know what?
asking.
Tonight, guys, that's where we're going to call it. All right, so we'll pick up next time on our way to the Red Sands to visit Bone Marrow Bend. So, thanks for